Hello, everyone watching. Appreciate you. Game is about to start soon. Are the Cowboys going to lose? Because they don't have Dak Prescott? Because I do not know who the fuck is. Whatever his first name is, Rush. Never heard of that quarterback ever.
Somebody,
Excuse me. A lot of interceptions thrown today. Bad QB play today. Why they placed the black dude with Breed?
5 to 35, 34, 4, 5. Cowboys.
I love their defense. The Vikings defense. Danielle Hunter. Eric Kendricks is a guy that the best linebacker nobody talks about. And Harris.
Give you a little commentary.
Mike Flory, who do you like?
Well, Since and I made our picks on Thursday, and we took the Cowboys with the asterisk. If Dak Prescott doesn't play, we can change our minds. So I am not going to change my mind. If Mike White can do it, Cooper Rush can do it, I'm sticking with the Cowboys.
Cooper Rush.
Mr. Florio, crazy things have been happening today, so I'm rolling with the Dapless Cowboys.
Oh, you're going with the no-names.
I am.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not. I'm going with Kirk Cousins and the guy I know here. I'm going with the Vikings with a close one. Going with the Vikings.
I will go with the Vikings, even though Dallas is 5-1. Is one of the 4 teams left with 1 loss in the NFL. Tony?
Well, I think the injury to Dak Prescott will cause Mike McCarthy to go more on the running game, and that's a good thing. Minnesota is very porous against the run. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Oh, you're going to do the Viking deal here? Oh!
I got the Vikings.
We don't have a gavel horn here to get it going, but Chris Sims, thank you very much for that. Yeah, either we're going to call the fire department, there's fog here. Have we told you it's Halloween yet? Those are tonight's home Tuesdays, brought to you by Lowe's. Right?
Game time, baby.
We're going to get
If they play any type of music or commercials, we have to mute it. But when they start playing again, we will put the volume up. If you are spamming our live, you will be blocked. It won't be shown, and you will be blocked. Put that spamming shit somewhere else.
And we have a poll going on. Vote for the Cowboys and Vikings. Make sure you participate in the poll. 3 people already did already. I already just put this in.
Be blocking all of you. You blocking all them motherfuckers. All y'all do is scamming ass. Don't say we stereotyping because y'all do be scared.
Don't make my vote.
Yo, Twitter is crazy.
It's a good day to start something new.
Oh, wait. Pop that shit. Pop that shit. Cowboys. So we got Miss Betosin Halito. He likes the Cowboys. All right. So do we.
Where's the poll at?
How about them Cowboys? Here.
Can you see the poll on your thing?
Or what thing? Oh, when you go in, yeah.
They show the results too.
I don't know how to do it. I just want Vikings. Miss Ashley said the Vikings. Oh, okay.
And that means one.
What's up, Miss Ashley? Good? How you doing tonight?
On Sunday Night Football. Now Michael's Chris Collins with Michelle Correct. Cowboys are rolling. They won 5 straight. They have the best offense, number 1.
Miss Sandra Arco said the Cowboys as well.
Go Cowboys.
2 losses, now they look to be on the 4th. Kirk Cousins has been very sharp, and this team that appears to be putting everything together.
I know this is your team. They're playing my team, so.
He's thrown 3 passes in his entire career. What are we going to get tonight?
You know, the Cowboys are just so talented on the offensive side of the ball. And Cooper Rush really just has to play people out there, distribute the football to these great playmakers. Don't make any big mistakes. I know that's easier said than done, but he has not played any meaningful football in a very long time. Big test tonight.
Hey, I'm strong with the black block button. You spam, you out of there.
What's your take on this team at the end of October?
I think the Vikings are better than their 3-3 record. You know, Kirk Cousins, 37 touchdown passes, just 5 interceptions over his last 16 games. But I think the big story is how much they've improved on the defensive side of the ball. They really were a mess a season ago. They're tied right now for the league lead in sacks, and they're going to be after Cooper Rush tonight.
Cooper Rush.
Settle back from Mystery Theater on Sunday Night Football.
I bested up. Okay, there we go. That's that.
Hopefully they don't disappoint per usual. I've had years of disappointment with my Cowboys, so I understand totally what you're going through. I was telling people on our last live that like watching football in Minnesota is dope as shit at this time because the weather is like perfect, and then like the vibe is tight. You know what I'm saying, in Minnesota. I told people they need to go to a game if they haven't out there. Dallas Cowboys, baby. Yeah. Judy Jane, we know that we in that thing.
They need to hurry up and start that. Damn.
Yup.
Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Who gonna win? Put it in the comments. Rep your team, and let us know where y'all watching from. Please.
Yeah, let us know where you coming from. What state, city, country, whatever. Let us know where you from and where you're watching the game from. Yo, people need to stop wearing the big old church suits. The big old church suits. Colorado Springs in the building. Colorado.
Shout out to Colorado.
Shout out to the Springs. I used to go out there a lot when I was in Utah because I used to jump out of airplanes at the Air Force Base, which was pretty dope, I might have to say. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. But please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Culture Creators TV. We need to get them subscribers up. You know what I'm saying? We got other content on there. We have shows. We do live updates on a whole bunch of different things for the culture, including sports. So tune in all the time by hitting that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to know what's going on. So
Let's go, Cowboys. Guess it's gonna be a lot of Elliott and Pollard today.
Playing Dak Prescott in this game could risk further injury to his right calf, but still, he said no decision would be made until they put Dak for a pregame workout to see how that calf was feeling. Now, was that gamesmanship? One can guess, but Dak's workout tonight looked very similar to his usual pregame routine.
If you spam our comments, you will be blizzard.
So, Cooper Rush will make his first NFL start since entering the league in 2017. Rush took all the first-team reps in practice this week.
Cooper Rush, we room for you, dog. Here you go. I'm about to get the hookah burning. About to get that hookah burning for me.
To help Cooper be successful tonight.
Thanks for sure, pretty much an assistant coach. They can make it look like it snows inside. Here is the fatal skull chant, and of course the blowing of the gala horn, part of the pregame ceremonies before every Viking game at U.S. Bank Stadium. And that's Steve Hutchinson, who went into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in August. He gets the honors tonight. Cowboys won the toss, deferred. That means we'll have to wait a little while before we see Cooper Rush. Zerline will kick off, and making his NFL debut will be Kane Wandu, who was a fourth-round draft choice this year out of Iowa State. First time that he has played in an NFL game. Full house looking on, temperature in the 40s outside, a nice climate control 70-ish inside, and off we go from U.S. Bank Stadium. Starting with the touchdown, and let's take a look at the Vikings offense.
Kirk Cousins, Michigan State. Dalvin Cook, Mountain Central High School. C.J. Ham, Augustana. Justin Jefferson, LSU.
Adam Thielen, Minnesota State Mankato.
Tyler Conklin, Central Michigan. Christian Dursoff, Virginia Tech. Ezra Cleveland, Boise State.
Jared Bradbury, NC State.
Olisa Mecca Udo, Elon. Ryan O'Neal, Pitt.
That's an offense that ranks 5th in yards with 14th in points. 8th on the ground, 6th passing. Dalvin Cook is the running back, sets up 8 yards deep. And Cousins rolling off to the play fake. Keeps it. And Kirk Cousins with a 7-yard gain to begin things. Micah Parsons, the great-looking rookie out of Penn State, makes the stop. Kirk Cousins, outstanding season. 13 touchdowns, only 2 picks. Pass rating about 10 points above the league average. And playing over the past 16 games, just talking about it, not as well maybe as at any point in his career, which began back in 2012 in Washington. And as the fullback, and then give it to Cook, and he's going to get stuck about a yard shy of the first down. Let's take a look at that Dallas D.
Terrell Basham, Ohio. Oso Dikazua, UCLA. Carlos Watkins, Clemson. Randy Gregory, Nebraska. Michael Parsons, Penn State. Keanu Neal, Florida. Leighton Van Esch, Boise State. Anthony Brown, Purdue. Deron Kearse, Clemson. Demonte Casey, San Diego State. Trayvon Diggs, Banner.
Diggs with 7 interceptions. That was a historically bad defense last year, much better this season. 3rd down, short 2. Cousins in the pocket. Deep down the sideline, reaching up, making the grab. Tyler Conklin, the tight end, he beats Kearse on the play. There's a flag down, however. And we'll get the call from the referee, who is Scott Novak, who tells us.
Here.
Holding. Defense in the 20-yard.
31-yard gain.
Big time play by Tyler Conklin to start this thing off, because it is Jaron Kearse who is the specialist on the outside, covering the tight ends, but this time Conklin, who has gone up and played so well in the absence of Herb Smith, who of course out with the injury, but that is some way to start here for Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
See, well, Cooper Rush looking for the other sideline. Compton was one of his receivers when they played together at Central Michigan. For the 36-yard line. Flip it out here to Justin Jefferson. His second-year tremendous rookie season. Curse makes the tackle there. Mike Zimmer has been here since 2014. Funny thing, every odd year he does really well. Every even year they don't make the playoffs. So it's 2021. They should set up nicely for him. And Mike McCarthy now in his second season as the Dallas head coach after several years with the Packers. 2nd down and 7. Flip it to Jefferson. Looks downfield. Can he get it away? He does. And it's incomplete. So the coverage was there. But he gets it away to avoid the loss. Stealing the intended receiver. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Jefferson can throw the football. We had a chance to watch him in practice the other day. He has a good arm, but he gets on the outside, and there's just nothing there. Thielen was completely covered, and like all brilliant wide receivers throwing the ball, he just got rid of it.
Who'd that be?
I threw more interceptions than anybody you know.
Pass rating of about 6.
Thank God.
3rd down and 7 on the opening drive of the game. Pressure was put on. Gets it away down the sideline and batted away at the end. Diggs with a flag thrown. And that's going to go against Dallas. Pressure is on Cousins that time. He was able to launch it. Coverage was there. Took the penalty.
Yeah, from here, it looked like Diggs grabbed the back of his jersey and just pulled him straight backwards. Let's take a look. Well, he's got it tucked right there. That pretty clear cut. And then we'll take a look at the route. This is some matchup on the outside, isn't it? Justin Jefferson, one of the best young players, receivers in the league, going against Trayvon Diggs. 7 interceptions on the year. Can't wait to watch that one all night.
14-yard penalty as it turns out. Running into traffic and then bouncing to the outside with nothing there either.
Boy, you refreshing.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
Let's miss a couple games already this season with an ankle injury weeks 3 and 5. Meanwhile, there's Cooper Rush. If you just joined us, Dak Prescott won't play tonight. We will see Cooper Rush making his debut as a starter. And there's Dak right there with the headset.
Or did he look good in pregame warm-up? When I watched pregame warm-up, I said he's playing. For sure, he's playing. Next thing we heard, who's that?
On the top brass, all met the Jones family, McCarthy, the training staff. 2nd and 11. Cousins, meanwhile, with that pump fake, fires a little, wide open, and steal, touchdown. 20 yards for the score. Cousins is so good in the first quarter of games and has been for a number of years. Nothing to get here.
And they've been throwing this quick screen out here to the outside. This time, they run over the top.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. If you comment, we'll put you up on the screen.
Really a great way to start the game. Clint Kubiak, the play design of that opening drive, everything worked.
One penalty aiding them. Joseph for the extra point. Took 3 minutes and 11 seconds to get our first score of the night. 7-0 Minnesota.
Donations, as you can see, accepted. Cash App, Culture Creators, or Flash by Mike. There is a poll on Facebook. Let us know who y'all think gonna win. The Cowboys or the Vikings. If you're just tuning in, during the commercials, we do mute the sound. But when it starts back up, we will be tuning back in. This is brought to you by the Culture Creators. And we just, you know what I'm saying, talk about the game play by play. Listen to it, watch it if you can. And we're back.
Rush. Greg Joseph kicking off. Tony Pollard to run it back. Lets it go through the end zone to the 25. We go, and here's the Cowboy offense.
Cooper Rush, Central Michigan. Easy Gurley, the Ohio State University. Amari Cooper, Alabama. C. Lamb, Oklahoma. Don Schultz, Stanford. Blake Jarwin, Oklahoma State. Tyler Smith, USC. Connor Williams, Texas. Tyler Gaddish, Wisconsin. Zach Martin, Notre Dame. James Dew, Texas Tech.
Cooper Rush, who's thrown 3 passes in his career, hands it off to Elliott. Chris talking about the fact we've got so many talented guys. Of course, Zeke, 2-time rushing champion. So let's take a look at Cooper Rush. He went to Central Michigan. Has not thrown a pass in the NFL since 2017, Week 11. Got in for a couple of snaps this year after they'd blown out Philadelphia. Prescott having a fantastic year. Dak very much in the MVP conversation. But they're looking longer term than shorter term by keeping him on the bench tonight. 2nd and 2. Pass to the outside is a first down to Amari Cooper. And the Cowboy fans chant Coop. Dantzler makes the tackle.
Yeah, he has a really easy motion, Cooper Rush does. You know, I went back and watched all of his highlight throws that I could find on YouTube and anywhere else. It took about 15 minutes because he really just has not played a whole lot of football. But we talked to him yesterday, and he said, yeah, you know, sort of took
Go Cowboys.
for the game. I don't know.
Shit.
Bring the
Already.
number in as the fullback. Hand it off to Elliott, and Elliott will get spun around. Picks up a couple. Griffin is there to meet him. 8-2. Let's take a look at the Minnesota defense now.
D1, LSU, Armand Watts, Arkansas. Dalvin Tomlinson, Alabama. Everson Griffin, University of Southern California. Anthony Barr, UCLA.
Cowboys.
Mackenzie Alexander, Clemson.
How about them Cowboys?
Xavier Woods, Louisiana Tech. Breezy, Clemson University.
The defense, middle of the pack in the league, 13th points, allowed 16th yards.
If you watching, like, subscribe, and share it, please.
Out to the 48-yard line. So a good start for Cooper Rush, who grew up in Michigan. Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator. He was playing in 17. He was the second string quarterback behind Prescott, and Rush was the third stringer. So now he's his coach. And he's coaching up a guy who has had a lot of experience in camp with the Cowboys, running basically the scout team and on the practice squad. Spent a little time with the New York Giants last year with their practice squad, and out the big time tonight. Well, empty here. 5 wide on first down. Rush fires on the number, and that is incomplete. Cut right there on the numbers for Blake Jarwin. Flag down, can't hold on. Harrison Smith popped him.
Offside.
The referee.
Yeah.
Defense number 97.
Well, Emerson Griffin has been around for a while, and he's in there looking at the ball and trying to get the jump. But I tell you, he's really impressed me so far this year. He has a great little combination of moves on the outside. Straight rush, a spin move, a big spin move. He's been a tough guy to rob this season.
Meanwhile, you've got McGovern and Collins. Wow, Collins was just back from suspension in the backfield. They come up in an inverted wishbone and hand the ball up.
Woo! Spin!
There's a comment.
Spin button.
Mike McCarthy telling us last night, look out for the bone, and here it was.
I already put that.
Yeah, it's a little different when number 71 is lined up
Spin
and
button.
coming in to watch.
Spin button.
What? What kind of fullback is that? But obviously, they're trying to take some pressure off of Cooper Rush. The passes have been screen passes or quick throws. Just trying to get him breathing out there, and I think so far, mission accomplished.
Formation will work. Pollard stays in. A good 1-2 punch with Elliott and Pollard.
I already put that one up.
Here's Pollard again. And he dances for a couple of yards inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So Rush, who grew up in Central Michigan and went to Central Michigan University, spent 4 years there plus a redshirt year. And as I said, spent so much time, just being the backup, waiting for his chance. And tonight it comes on Sunday night. Here's that inverted bone again with the two linemen. You got Elliott this time.
I tell you, you have one-on-one routes on the outside, though, if you want to take a shot at these quarterbacks.
And he might. To the outside he goes, and a little low, but the catch is made at the 23 by C.D. Lamb. And so Rush has begun.
C.D. Lamb.
30 yards now.
Yeah, they were
C.D. Lamb.
So it's just one-on-one on the outside, and there's Breland going to give C.D. a lot of room on the outside. And on the other side, Cameron Dantzler is taking over for Patrick Peterson at that cornerback position. So between Lamb and Cooper, big challenge for these corners tonight.
And that was before the snap. You mentioned Patrick Peterson comes over from Arizona. This is the first game he's ever missed because of an injury. So Terrence Steele has done a great job at right tackle, and Collins went on the suspended list for 5 games. Steele took over, and he's keeping the job.
Yeah, and because he hit the weight room so hard, he wasn't strong enough for the position a season ago, was the feeling. He really went after it, won an award for his off-season work, and now is hanging on to that right tackle job.
So now we go empty. We got the inverted bone a couple of times. Empty backfield here. That pass is a little behind the intended receiver.
Way behind.
Amari Cooper and you got Breland both there. And it'll be second down and 15.
I couldn't tell if that ball got tipped or not. Yeah, it did. Right there, coming off the line of scrimmage, and almost for Breland.
Anthony Barr got a finger on it.
But those penalties to turn it into 2nd and 15 now for Mike Zimmer, this is where he has always been deadly. When he gets a chance to dial up some of those crazy blitzes of his, but so far this one doesn't look like that.
Time for the lead in sacks coming into the game. 2nd and 15. And that is caught. That's C.D. Lamb. Second-year man. Number 1 pick last year at Oklahoma. Harrison Smith. Now playing his 10th season out of Notre Dame. Makes the stop. 3rd and 7.
See how Kellen Moore does today without Dak.
Dak's going to play, so Cooper Swanley, we just gets another night off. Not to be. 3rd and 7.
Cedric Wilson in the game in the squad. He's played really well for the Cowboys here lately.
They clock at 1. They get it off. And Eric Kendricks is firing through in the middle to knock him down. Back at the 25-yard line, in comes the field goal.
Get that ball out, boy.
About a 43-yard effort.
Get that ball
You're
out.
going to see here, Ezekiel Elliott has a shot to pick this one up. And one of the things that the Vikings felt about Zeke was he's really good on that initial contact, but he doesn't always finish those blocks. And I think that was the case there.
Greg Zuerlein got off to a shaky start on opening day.
You got to finish the block, man.
An almost perfect six. Former Ram. 43-yard attempt, and that kick is no good.
Oh, you terrible, bro.
Jordan is 7-0.
Terrible, bro. Terrible, bro. What's up? What's up? If you're tuning in, like, subscribe, comment. As the game plays and the commercials come on, we will be muting, but we will be unmuting when it comes back. All right? There's a live poll going on Facebook at Culture Creators. And we want to know who y'all think gonna win. What's your team? And where are you from? Let us know in the comments. All right, we're back.
Arisol's making an impression on me. He played in the game 2 weeks ago.
What happened to Dak?
A sack in that one. It comes right out against Randy Gregory with a really
Dak
good
was
block.
injured. Dak was injured last game, man. So he's out. They have Cooper rushing.
It's barely into Dallas territory.
WFT from DC.
Let's go back to that
What's
block
up?
by Christian Darrisaw on the
Shout out
outside.
to DC.
He was so good in pass protection.
In the whole
Watch him come out
DMV
here against
area.
Gregory here and just sort of sling him out of the way. That's not a little hole. That's a big hole. When you can do that on the edge. And
Shout out to my Baltimore people.
Thank you very much.
Baltimore. I know that's the thing to say right after DC, but I don't care. Because I love all of y'all out there.
Play action. As time. Going deep. free and the pass.
Oh, no good. No
Jefferson
good.
was free down the sideline, could not hang on, diving for it, 3rd down and 7.
Let's take a look at this. It looked like Jefferson coming out of this break is going to make just a little bit of a slowdown, thinking maybe he's going to hit the ball right there in the hole. And then he had to try to re-accelerate and couldn't quite get there. A real blown opportunity that time for the Vikings.
And no hesitation, throwing it off just enough.
You know, sometimes in Boiler Kurt, you knew that was not good. But sometimes as a receiver, maybe you misread the coverage and think you're trying to get that cover 2 hole, but it wasn't that time. You should have just hit the Jets.
Play clock went to 0. And the timeout is called. What a year for that guy. Trayvon Diggs has had an interception in every game this season, and 2 in one of those, so a total of 7. But in coverage, it's kind of like it's boom or bust for this guy. I mean, against New England, a couple of weeks ago, he's a pick 6 and take the lead. Then a blown coverage, and New England takes the lead. He's excited if nothing else.
He's given up 1 touchdown and gotten 7 interceptions. I don't know of any defensive coordinator that would take that combination. He has a little history in this building as well. His brother made the play that was the Minneapolis Miracle.
Eastern Division, let's go. NFC East.
Stephon with Buffalo. He got into the end zone against Miami today up there. 3rd down and 7. Cousins fires from the outside too high that time. Intended for Conklin, so it'll be 4th down. And here comes the punting group.
One of the things you can do with Randy Gregory is run him on stunts back to the inside. He's so athletic. He's had such a good year this year, and they keep trying to set him up. Just missed that opportunity, but I think he threw Cousins off his throw just a bit.
It looked like he was trying to hit somebody over the middle, and you could tell the way he was upset at the end of the play with the incompletion as he had to go to the outside. Cedric Wilson is back to receive this kick, which bounces out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. So Jordan Berry with a 3:50 to go in the opening quarter. It's 7-9.
It did. Like, if he didn't have range, you could have just said he didn't have range.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, there's a piece of it. There are these bonus things that
So he starts this drive from the 5-yard line, and Elliott swings to the outside, and he cuts it back and picks up about 3 before he gets wrestled down.
Yeah, you would think that's going to be the game plan, right? I mean, the strength of the Dallas Cowboys football team for so long has been this offensive line. Zeke Elliott, let's go try and run the ball. But Minnesota Vikings are no fools. They know that's what they would like to do too. And so we're seeing a lot of these safeties down around the line of scrimmage, that type of slot blitz off the top end. They are still taking some chances on the back end. I still think there's a chance for Cooper Rush to get the ball down the field here.
Keep it on the ground. Elliott, same play as they just ran. This time he gets out to about the 12-yard line. 3rd and short to Neil Hunter. This is all of last season. Back this year leads the team with 6 sacks. Takes us up.
Well, anytime you got Zach Martin in there, you know it's going to be a long night. Watch the Neil Hunter, though, working against 2 great players going at it. Finally gets off and makes the play.
Now it's Elliott, and he is going to keep those licks churning and picks up the first down. So Zeke has carried the ball 3 times now, picks up the first. Elliott coming off probably his worst year, having a real good season to this point. Came in fantastic shape. They were all talking about it. And 542 rush yards, even with the bye week, that's good enough for 5th in the NFL.
Helps have this offensive line back healthy one more time, too, right? Right behind Zach Martin on a couple of runs there, and they get their first down and get off the goal line.
For sure. Another 2 minutes to go.
Oh,
to the outside, passes right there. Lamb has been his man. C.D. Lamb making his 3rd catch of the night. Barr that time put the pressure on. Elliott was able to block him out of the play. 58 yards now.
A little different result this time because this is what you're going to have. They have to have their running backs picking up these blitzers, and if they can, you're going to see the cornerbacks for the Vikings playing way off. These are really talented, really fast receivers for Dallas, and they're no match on the back end of the Vikings.
Rolling. He can run. He's got some mobility to the 40-yard line. Let's go to Michelle.
Going back to Zeke Elliott, he was disgusted by his 6 fumbles last season. He said, "That's terrible." He told me, "I feel I have a lot to prove. Ball security has to be perfect. I just have to keep doing the right things over and over again." Mentally, he said, "I'm over it. It's in the rearview mirror. You got to learn from it. But then you got to throw it out of your mind, and I trust my training." Now, this is his longest NFL stretch.
Come on, Cowboys.
203 touches.
Right. And you think of the fact that they can spot him now from time to time because Pollard sees a lot of action, as is the case here, 2nd down and 8. And here goes Pollard, who's as good a number 2 back as there is in the league. A little short of the first half, especially Chris had a 17-game season. The Pollard figures to see even more action this year.
Now he's averaging 6 yards per carry. That's 2nd in the NFL right now to Lamar Jackson. So he is the leading running back as far as yards per carry. And anytime they have long drives, they're definitely going to mix Pollard into it. But this has been impressive so far by the Cowboys coming off their own goal line.
3rd and 1, they keep him in the game. Pollard, that is. A little toss to him. Can he get around the corner? Yes, he can. Before he struts out of bounds, picks up the first down. 4 carries for him for 18 yards. Cowboys have already rushed for 42, and that may take us into the 2nd quarter. And I wouldn't lie to you. It does. End of 1. It's the Vikings 7, the Cowboys.
Appreciate everybody watching. Hit that like button if you can. We're trying to get our analytics up, so share and like if you can, please. Damn, there's only one person watching on YouTube. I might need to update the thumbnail. To like the score now. Oh, never mind. Smart people. Well, I said I'm gonna update it as soon as the game comes back.
Two weeks ago in the win at New England, Dak Prescott felt a pop in his right calf after throwing a touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb on the game's final play. And remember, it was week 5 of last season when he suffered an ankle dislocation and fractured fibula on the same side. And Dak said perhaps the lack of mobility in his ankle contributed to this injury, a tear in the belly of the calf. That's an important muscle responsible for pushing off the ground when throwing and running. Typically, this injury needs about 4 weeks to heal, but no timetable has been set for Dak yet.
He's been through everything. Look at that. The broken ankle last year cost him most of the season. The shoulder injury, didn't play in preseason this year. Didn't see any action until opening night. It was terrific then. 1st and 10, start here. Elliott. You know, Chris, I mean, this is a decision that looks to the rest of the season, not just tonight. At worst, they'll have a 2.5 game lead in the division over Philadelphia. So I think they have to look ahead, and that's one of the reasons that he's not playing tonight.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, and we both hated it because we want to watch Dak play out here tonight. This offense has just been so hot. But remember, 5 offensive linemen have been the strength of this football team for a good bit, too. That's about half of this offense. Don't forget about those guys.
Second drive, and it's intercepted.
Interception. Damn it.
Former Cowboy comes back to haunt his team as Harrison Smith tipped it. Woods with the pick, and the Vikings have the ball on the takeaway. Xavier Woods, first 4 years in Dallas, comes up.
How would you throw that right in the middle of the coverage, man? That was stupid. Playing exactly like a backup, man. We don't need you to play like a backup. Probably smacking. What's up, y'all? If you're just tuning in, like, subscribe, share the page. You can comment. We'll post it on up on the live. While we're going live, we do have to mute during commercial breaks, etc., because we can't do any type of infringement. So yeah, enjoy the live audio, and we just gonna keep this thing going. Yeah, buddy, I don't like him either, man. I have to say, I really don't know who Cooper Rush is, so that's what's really making me upset. But I agree, Mr. Martinez.
For you, week 8, almost the halfway mark. It normally would be, but not this year with a 17-game season. With the last game in October, after the pick, first down for Cousins from the 40, buys some time, sets up a partial screen, and then C.J. Ham, the fullback, picking up about 4 yards, and back we go to the interception.
Just a big mistake. You've been running the football right down the field. You have 2 deep safeties back, which means run it some more. Instead, they throw right into the teeth of it. Never a good sign when both safeties get their hands on it. It's one of those, I've got to believe Dak Prescott probably checks their one play in that situation. Cooper rushed it up.
How much authority do you think he has, or ability to check off, check the play?
We asked the question, and Mike McCarthy said if he's out there, he has the ability to do it all. So he's been around long enough. Certainly he could have, I would imagine.
There's a penalty on the play, so it's first down and 5. And maybe it's first and 10, now second down and 10. There's Goldston right there, spotted at the 45-yard line. Mike McCarthy, he knows what it's like to go up against Zimmer a lot. Of course, they met several times when he was in Green Bay, and Zim's been here since 14.
It was such a good drive, and they were running the ball so effectively. That one was completely out of character, that one play.
Wound up empty after a lot of movement, second down and 10. From the pocket, moves to his right, throws up to the 50-yard line, but Toppin makes the catch. It'll be third down. Kirk Cousins, over the last 6 years, look at that. He has had, from bottom to top, Sean McVay, Jay Gruden, then DiFilippo, Stefanski, now the head coach, of course, of Cleveland. Gary Kubiak has retired, and his son Clint, who's been the quarterback coach, now calling the plays.
Pretty good list.
Third and 5, and that pass is incomplete. It wasn't handled long enough by KJ Osborne. Brown is there. It's simply an incomplete pass. They'll take it to the end zone, but it's all meaningless. Fourth down.
Pretty easy call there, but I'll tell you, this Anthony Brown, who basically, if the Cowboys had drafted a cornerback, which everybody thought they were going to do this year, probably was the odd man out. But big strike right there, and he's really been playing at the very top of his game all season long. One of the top players on this defense so far this year.
Probably the best outing of his career of late. 6th-round pick back in 2016. Fielded to the 13-yard line by Cedric Wilson. Off the foot of Jordan Berry. That takes it back to the 20-yard line.
Bench rush, he's horrible. I agree. So far, he's not playing very well there, Mr. Alvarez. Let's see what happens. If you're tuning in, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Culture Creators TV. Also like on Facebook. Bless you. Yo, this piece of commercial. Piece of all ass commercials.
These two, Green Bay, Minnesota, they did meet last year here as well. McCarthy won that one. Dallas won by 3. Average points per game at the bottom right there. They'll break the tie, assuming we don't have a tie tonight, from the 20-yard line. Dallas begins this drive on the ground. And the 22. So Rush has been around for, as we mentioned, 4 years. Went to New York briefly, came back to Dallas. How important is this game tonight for Cooper Rush?
I mean, this may be it. This may be his one audition. And you got to think with the trade deadline coming up at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, that is there still a chance? I mean, Dalton certainly has to be available at this point with what Justin Fields is doing, right? I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities. But if he comes out here and wins this game, those possibilities probably go away.
I don't think Jerry was giving a thumbs up to a Dalton trade. I think he was just looking at the monitor and saying something to somebody else. The second of 8, you can read it 15 different ways. Wide open, making the grab there is Amari Cooper. And he has a first down in Minnesota territory. Spotted at the 49-yard line.
Harrison Smith's going to come on a blitz from this side, and they're going to run the old sluggo. You know what the sluggo is, right, Al? Slant and go, and right back over the top. That time Rashad Breeland thought he was going to get an interception. Instead, he got a little humble pie.
Did you think I thought it was a cartoon? -2 right here. Probably the 4th game I've been to. Anthony Barr makes the tackle. Second down and 9.
Big difference with Anthony Barr out here is that guy missed 18 straight games between a pectoral and a knee injury, and there's just some combination with he and his old roommate from UCLA, Eric Kendricks. When they get on the field together, this is a different defense, and Mike Zimmer knows it.
Second down and 8. Rush is 6 out of 8 from 87, and then 1 interception. Toss, Elliott, who gets wrestled down from behind at the 44-yard line by Hunter. And that'll make it 3rd down and 6 with us.
We always think about Daniil Hunter, the pass rusher. He has 6 sacks on the year, and he's always going to be that dynamite guy. Had to sit out a season ago with that neck injury, but he is just relentless. He never gives up on a play. So athletic, and really only had 4.5 sacks in his career at LSU. It's almost mind-boggling. I want to go back and watch some of that tape, try and figure that out.
Here's the 3rd down graphic showing second in the league are the Vikings in stopping this play. 3rd down and 6. Here's Pollard, and Pollard fighting, and may have picked up the first with that extra burst at the end. He's great. He's great after contact.
Oh, what an absolute best both these backs are. Let's take a look. When he finishes his run, 2 hands on the football, stays upright and dives. That is just a tremendous effort right there. And it's one of the reasons so many people love Tony Pollard. He just, he's had to fight for everything he's got. He's a little more active in the passing game maybe than Ezekiel, but this has been some combination. Those two are both better for it.
Stays in on 1st down. Give it to him again. And this time was able to turn nothing into a little something. Nick Vigil makes a stop. Speaking of yards after contact, take a look at that. Derrick Henry, of course, and Nick Chubb in with Figure, and there is Pollard right with them.
That's impressive. You take those two guys who every single year are at the top of that list, it feels like. And now Tony Pollard right there with him as well. A little different, a little more burst, a little more quickness, one cut kind of guy where you see a lot more patience out of Zeke Elliott.
That graphic went back to the beginning of the 2019 season. So more than a small sample size. As the catch is made here, that is Dalton Schultz having a good year, making the grab. And another third down will be third down and 4 for Dallas.
Yeah, I would even say even better than a good year. Dalton Schultz really has allowed this offense to protect those outside receivers and force teams to play the middle of the field the way that they haven't really since Jason Witten left.
Cowboys already 9 first downs.
You're looking at 4-down territory here if they get any kind of play here.
Rush, that's caught to the 24-yard line. That's Wilson. But Cedric Wilson, he's probably the one guy that Rush may know best of all.
Exactly. They spent a lot of time together on the backup team. But watch Cooper Rush here, Al. He is going to start to the right, sneak all the way back to the backside on his progressions. And if he had not done that, does not pick up that first down. So I think that he's starting to calm down a little bit. You can see his eyes now starting to relax and make those plays.
Yeah, look good out of that one big mistake leading to the pick. Here's Elliott. He takes it to the 20-yard line, setting up a second down and 6. His ex-mate Xavier Woods makes the tackle there. Under 7 to play in the half.
Boy, I really love watching Tyron Smith play over here at the left tackle position. He just has a way when he comes down on double team blocks. The double team just moves people. And when he's back healthy, when Zach Martin's back healthy, this is a different offense.
Short drop. His eyes not good. That goes into a lot of traffic. It's Elliott who could not get free. Oh, and no cover there by Eric Hendricks. So third down and 6. Another third down Dallas.
They tried to go to those quick little stick routes, just get the ball out of his hands, but not Dak Prescott in there. So now here comes the crowd noise. Here comes the craziness of Halloween night. Here comes the sharks. Here comes everything.
Zimmer calls his own defensive signals. Cowboys, 4 conversions and 5 third down attempts. 3rd and 6 here. Four-man pressure and incomplete. Cooper looked like
Bro, who are you throwing it to, guy? Terrible. Like, what are you doing?
Because those inside coverage guys will come in and then fall back underneath there, and it looked like that time.
Basically, you're saying you can't read you.
What is he ducking for?
Sometimes those throws over the middle are the most dangerous. He's already given up one in there.
You're about to hit him in the head.
This earlier from 43. But this one is good to get the Cowboys on the scoreboard with 6:09 to play in the half. 7-3 Vikings.
Well, yeah.
What y'all think? Was it the pass or the ducking? All right, y'all can see it. I don't know what's going on. I'm mad that Dak Prescott is not playing.
Right.
That's all I know is, man. They need Dak so they can win. We need like some commercial entertainment or halftime entertainment. Any artist wanting to sing or freestyle during halftime and commercials. We could use that.
We need some. We need some. We need some. Absolutely.
Did a great job with this facility. It is beautiful.
We're lucky enough to do the Super Bowl here. That was a great week. A little chillier than it is now, but
amazing. It's the way they done this and push in daytime. Sunshine on the field, shining through. Be in the same sort of building next week when we go to Los Angeles for the Rams and the Tennessee Titans. Now we come to the 25.
all right, let's take a look at the Walmart Plus 4K Sky Cam. Here we go. We're going to highlight Christian Darrisaw, who on the outside, what an impression he made in his last game, his debut, really, as far as a starter 2 weeks ago, and he has just been all over the place, playing against some of the best that the Cowboys have to offer, especially Randy Gregory. They already have a good right tackle in Brian O'Neill, who's played great, so if they can lock down both edges, all the better.
Start here on the ground. This is Cook for a couple more on Darris. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, I spoke to Dalvin Cook, as it would be, about Christian Darrisaw. He said he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk in games. And he said, when you don't hear from him, you figure he's doing something right. You might ask his CD, you doing okay? And CD will say, I'm good. What's the play call? Just call the play. Everyone says he's just very quiet.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins said after the overtime pass that won the game in Carolina, he didn't know he was there to the 30-yard line. Cook picks up about 3. It'll be third down. Let's call it 4 now.
Yeah, Cousins said, he goes, that's a really good sign when you've got a new offensive lineman, and he was the first one that hugged me after that touchdown pass. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot you're playing over there. So he really only gave up one pressure the whole game, and obviously he missed a lot of time in practice throughout camp and OTAs, but what he's put on the tape so far has been really perfect.
The better sign is not hearing 71 holding 10 yards. Third down and 5, and that's into traffic and incomplete, intended there for Thielen. Puts his palms up, asks for a flag, and doesn't get one. Anthony Brown covers, and so it is a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, they showed pressure there and then dropped out of it, and Anthony Brown just jumped all over this thing. So far this evening, he's been playing really well. Sometimes you read the drop of the quarterback. When you see that quick set, it's going to allow Brown to jump it quickly. Look at him. He's looking right in at Cousins, takes a glance back, and there to make the play. So far, defensively, good job.
This is Berry's third punt. Cedric Wilson sets up with his own 30. He got a flag. As they came across the line, that was a knee, Bradley a knee. Meanwhile, it's 4th down and 5. If it's exactly 5, they're going to pick up a first down.
Offside. Defense number 59.
It was exactly. It's 5.5. They don't pick up the first.
Man, this is the kind of mistake you just cannot make. You cannot believe the look that defenders are going to give you coming off the field after a mistake like that. They just settled in, got their couple of favorite beverage, and now right back out there again. That's killer.
Don't put him back in.
McCarthy, offense comes back on the field to the 35-yard line. Play action. Pass is at the 41-yard line, taken there by Luke Stocker, who would be their third string tight end for a gain of 6.
It's so interesting for me watching the Dallas Cowboys play defense now, and sort of in particular Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn was a guy that was all that Seattle cover 3, and now he's sort of predominantly man coverage throughout the course of the game, and basically said, hey, sometimes you have to admit it's time for a change. Teams are caught up with that defense, and he did.
Second and 3, coming up a little bit short of the first down. Golston stops Cook. Third down and 1. Yeah, last year was historically bad in terms of the Dallas defense franchise records. All the negative ones were set. Mike Nolan was the defensive coordinator. They actually got a little better at the end of the season, but they knew they had to make a change. And McCarthy went out. You got Quinn, who got fired by the Falcons as the head coach in the middle of last season.
Yeah, they're playing a big play style of defense, just like their offense plays.
Third and 1. They keep aiming the backfield. And they give it to him, and Ham is going to be close. Micah Parsons came through that time and stopped it. Where are they going to spot it? Of course, the Vikings think it's a first down. Cowboys say no. And it looks like no.
Big play by Micah Parsons right there. He's just going to weave his way right through the backside of this, almost unblocked. He was unblocked. And able to pull a hand backwards just a bit. And here we go right now. Let's see if they actually go for it here, whether or not they're just going to try and draw them off sides.
Already got a first down on the offside call on the punt. Do they go for it on 4th and inches? They will. And Cousins is going to roll, keep his eyes downfield, and connect for a big first down on a lot more. Adam Thielen to the 25-yard line. How about that for a gutsy call? 32 yards.
I don't think Trayvon Diggs going to be very.
What is going on with Dallas defense?
He was playing in a hard inside position, doing whatever he could to make sure that Thielen did not get across his face, and yet he did. He's going to try and take away that inside, force him to go down the boundary, and if he had, they would not have converted that. That's sort of big plays both ways we've seen this year with Trayvon Diggs.
The two defenders that time with the tight end Conklin. Sends it down to Thielen, tosses back here to Cook, trying to get around the corner. Not much. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning at exactly 1:59. And the opening half of Minnesota 7-3.
Check this DraftKings. Pass the Dutch. Pass the Dutchie. Sure. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Like, subscribe, and share. What do y'all think of the game? If y'all on Facebook, go ahead and vote. Who do y'all think is gonna win? Where y'all coming? Where y'all coming from? Where y'all at? Tell us where you from. Put it in the comments.
every direction, and we have seen him going in every direction, lining up at inside linebacker and defensive line. Look at the numbers he's put up and playing those positions. 31 tackles, 10 quarterback hits. The only guy in the last 15 seasons to do that in his first 6 NFL games, and he has simply been just impressive. They needed him at linebacker, drafted him there, but he was so good rushing the quarterback off the edge, they simply couldn't get him away from that. And then when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back for this football team, they'll have 3 of those guys rushing, mixing them up inside, outside. It's going to be great.
And that's part of the reason Jalen Smith is no longer a Cowboy. Empty backfield here. A little shoulder shake, and the pass is caught here by Madison, their number 2 running back. And speaking of Parsons on cue, makes a stop there to make it 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, not many rooks can do that, right? Here he comes up out of the deep end of this thing, and to make this open field tackle is just so tough. You don't see many guys with the ability, and Alexander Madison can play now. He had over 100 yards rushing in a couple of games this year, but open field, athleticism, rushing the passer, he is going to be something.
There he was, talking about playing chess. Want to be like the queen on the chessboard. You don't ever want to be a rook. You want to be able to go diagonal. Well, he was a bit of a rook on that one, too, though, going, side to side. He could be a bishop. He could be everything.
There you go.
Whatever.
That would be a call.
It's incomplete. You get started on something, you can't get out of it.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Once in a it's going to happen.
Welcome back to the 3rd quarter.
Thank you. Yes. 4th down.
Well, at least they got the stop out of it, because after that offsides on the punt, that was brutal. If they'd given up a touchdown here before the half, and now they'll have somewhat of a chance on offense going back the other way.
45-yard attempt. They picked up the 1st down on the 4th and inches goal. Greg Joseph to try to make it a 7-point game. And that kick is good to make it 10-3 with a minute 44 left in the half. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
This other person who's got 997 people playing the commercials too. They got 997 people.
Coverage will resume shortly.
Coverage will resume.
We appreciate everybody watching. Please share if you can into like a group or something that's dealing with football. And if you could like the video, that would be nice. Make my graphics.
All right.
Come back. They look like they were out of it early.
Yeah. Down 14-0 in Indianapolis. So the Cowboys to get the ball. With 144. 2 timeouts for Dallas, and we go to a show.
Well, Vikings defensive end Daniil Hunter went to the locker room. He is questionable with a shoulder injury. We saw them working on his right side. I talked to him this week about the neck injury. He missed all last season, but he said he came back, looked for limits, didn't find any. He was not afraid at all, but he may have just found one limit in the question of his right shoulder out.
All right. Meanwhile, DJ Warner, Michelle is going to take his spot. He's in 98. Drop starts at the 25-yard line. Rush is 8 of 12 for 100 yards. Over the middle, that's caught at the line of scrimmage, and then spinning for a gain of 4 is Elliott, tackled by Barr.
Yeah, and don't underestimate DJ Wadham on the outside. His play style very much like Daniil Hunter's. And so far, the pressure has been pretty good, especially inside for the Vikings here.
He's a Halloween baby. Happy birthday to him. The pass meanwhile is caught. Does Cooper have enough to pick up the first down with forward progress? They'll put it at the 35 and move the stick. Stansel makes the tackle. First down.
Yeah, I thought we would see them go after Cameron Dantzler a lot more, filling in for Patrick Peterson. Not as much as I thought so far.
Under a minute now to go. Pressure put on. That pass is
That hit the ground.
The 50-yard line. And
Hit the ground, hit the ground.
They're going to call it
That's be an incomplete.
a bouncing ball. We're going to wait for the signal here from the officials. For the moment, I believe they're going to give Minnesota the ball, and obviously if it's the turnover, it gets reviewed. Does he indeed make the grab? Well, it hits the ground. Terry McCauley is indicating to us. Terry, what are you seeing?
Al, looks incomplete to me. He does not get control before the ball touches the ground. The nose touches the ground about the time the hands come together.
That is not an
Incomplete
interception.
pass.
It kind of rolled up on its point, didn't it? And it looked like that part hit the ground. Watch the point of the ball kind of bounce off the ground right there.
It does. He just does not get control between his hands before that happens. And that's a great shot right there. It's incomplete.
Perfect.
Incomplete. Let's go.
They said pass that boy.
Scott Novak ready to make the call.
After looking at the play, the ball hit the ground, it's incomplete.
That's the way replay should work. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You saw it.
How about you
In the
guys?
story.
Yeah, let's go back to the Cooper Rush.
Train
photo.
to
I
your
don't know
party.
exactly what the theory was here on this one. We're starting to get a little pressure. He's trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly, but just way overthrew.
Man, he was a little bit further.
I'm all for getting it out quickly, but step in and make the throw. Wasn't that much pressure.
We're lucky that wasn't picked. He already had one intercepted tonight by Woods. Kellen Moore sending in the play. Prescott looking on. Second down and 10. Cowboys with 2 timeouts.
On the speed wide receiver is now at the top of the screen.
He goes the other way, and good coverage there. That time intended for the tight end Schultz. You got Dancer covering on that play, and so it's going to be third down and 10 for Dallas.
Everson Griffin, who was on the Cowboys a season ago, watch him right here. Just get this push going right back into Cooper Rush. And when you get that one going, that is a problem, and that's tied second.
Third down and 10.
With Tyron Smith out of the game and Ty Secchi in at left tackle.
Rush throws, and it's incomplete. Intended for Noah Brown. Haven't gone his way tonight, and that's Leland covering on the play. And slow him getting up as he hops to his feet.
Yeah, that would be a problem right there.
Cooper Rush is not the big,
a little bit short on the cornerbacks right now. Let's take a look. Any sort of
garbage.
And just normal sort of battling going on down the field, but Leland's still limping a bit.
He comes out.
Back to
Smith Tyron there. He was on the injury list this week with an ankle issue. This was probable. Has played to this point tonight, but now it's 4th down.
Yeah, but it was a different series that time because they were chipping and holding the tight end in and doing different things. That if Tyron Smith is in the game, that's what first drew my attention over there. It was like they never chipped at his side and helped him. It wasn't it.
So Brian Anger, his first punt of the night. Fair punt at the 15-yard line by KJ Osborne, and we'll do that in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
25 yards downfield, Murray back to throw. Watch out, rolling left in trouble, slips a tackle. Now watch it. One side, into the end zone, jump ball, and it is. Is it caught? Is it caught?
Sorry,
Cousins is thrown for 99 yards. That goes into triple figures as Amir Smith-Marset, a rookie out of Iowa, makes the grab there. Second down.
I thought Trayvon Diggs had a little chance on that one, and he definitely is one of those guys that wants to take some chances. You'll see him looking at the quarterback, right? And when he thinks he can cheat just a little bit, he's going to try and jump it. Just couldn't quite undercut that one that time, but you do have to keep your eyes on him.
They're going to keep that interception streak alive and they get 8 on the season. Second down and 4. Cousins, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get hit up at the 34-yard line by Jordan Lewis. They let the clock run down. Get up to the line of scrimmage, trying to save that timeout for what it's worth. I don't think it's going to be worth very much by the time they get this playoff. Yeah, I mean, you're going to leave a timeout like a pelt up on the board for whatever reason. I have no idea. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, you got a timeout. I mean, what are you doing at that point?
I mean, it's not going to be easy either way, but you certainly can't waste everything. And when you got yourself in that kind of a hole, certainly Kirk Cousins knew right away that he had everybody in the wrong position for the play he wanted to run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now maybe throw a Hail Mary. Yeah, meanwhile, Cousins didn't slide to a stop on that last run. The one thing about him, though, he has been unbelievably durable. Only was one start in the last several years. And not because of an injury either. So that's the end of the half. It's 10-3 in favor of the Vikings. Coming up next, we're at halftime with Mike Tirico on the game. Mike.
What do y'all think? Tell me. What do y'all think? Should the Cowboys bench this guy and put somebody else in? See if they're going to do something good. What you think?
Do they have anybody?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a good World Series. 11 Braves is up 5-4.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The end of the third, 5-4. Atlanta Braves is up.
It's halftime. What y'all think of the game so far, man? It's kind of trash because Dak's not playing. Kirk Cousins, yeah, he's Kirk Cousins. He's a on and off. I don't know who the hell this Cooper Rush guy is, but he's making me mad. Who do y'all want to win? Let us know. I wonder if they sat him just because it's this game, thinking, oh boy, would win. Maybe, maybe not.
Dungy and Drew Brees. So Cooper Rush is trying to win his first NFL start like somebody else did earlier today. A surprising one for the Jets. A former Cowboys draft pick, Mike White out of Western Kentucky. What a day he had, Drew.
Yeah, he did.
Play by play, trying to play some music on it.
For the Saints, Jameis Winston. Mike Florio has more on that. Mike?
Yeah, Winston suffered left knee injury in the second quarter. After the game, Coach Sean Payton said that it's significant. It's pointing to a torn ACL for Winston, which would end his season. Quarterback Taysom Hill suffered a concussion 3 weeks ago. I'm told he's expected to be cleared to play next weekend against the Falcons. That would give the Saints some help. And also, they got plenty of help today from Trevor Siemian, guys.
Yeah, so it's Taysom Hill, Trevor Siemian, and the rookie at Notre Dame, Ian Book, is the quarterback room. So that immediately leads to this question. Has your phone been ringing?
Let me check. Let me make sure.
I think it may not ring, but I heard them buzzing on silent.
I don't know. I'm silent.
Are you going to be there Saturday?
I'll be there Saturday to call Notre Dame Navy game.
And here on Sunday?
And I'll be here.
Okay, good. So that answers that question. So I'm sorry, New Orleans writers. We just took the story away from you. How will Simeon do as a quarterback?
I think he's going to do well. And it's the exact reason Sean Payton brought him in last year when I got hurt. He's a cerebral guy. He knew he could pick up the system quickly. He can execute it. And bottom line is this, he's got two really good running backs. He's got a great defense. The defense is playing outstanding. So play within the system. And I think Sean Payton has a lot of confidence in him.
You talk about great defense, Mike. You showed those graphics. Rodney Harrison sat in that chair for 12 years, and he told me to play Tom Brady, you have to have tight physical man coverage. You have to have great pass rush. The Saints had that, and that's why they give him so many problems.
And a chance to make the race in the South for the second half of the year. Drew's going to be with me this weekend. All of us at NBC Sports can't wait, which will be an awesome couple of days coming up next weekend.
Are you ready for it?
They're all in line, and we're ready for the start.
So Notre Dame now up to number 8. Their great rivalry renewed with Navy. The Breeders' Cup World Championship, the Classic at primetime Saturday night. A NASCAR champion decided on Sunday. And the Titans and the Rams, division leaders, on Sunday Night Football. Rams not a division leader just yet. There's a chance to challenge that with Arizona coming up. Both teams are 7-1. Toyota now reminds you to feel the power of their hybrid SUVs.
Feel the spark again in our powerful hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Tomorrow and today, Vikings star and social justice champion Eric Hendricks. How he's helping
Are you
his community
playing?
with second chances that are once in a lifetime.
There's some low scoring games today. Low scoring. It didn't kind of trash, I must say.
This has been the
It's about to be a celebration. Can the Braves end it tonight? Will the Braves end it tonight? What do y'all think? halftime. Man, the game's been kind of crazy today. It's been some crazy games today. You know what I'm saying? Hurt people, injuries, low scoring, field goal type of games. It's always like a week of that in the NFL. It's just crazy. Like maybe midway through the season, you like just getting into what you are as a team. Probably tired of shit, so you trying to find that second win. I don't know. What is it? What y'all think about the Chiefs? It looks like they're crumbling. Chiefs is not looking very, very Kansas City like. Did Patrick Mahomes lose his mojo? Huh? Did he? Mr. Mahomes, did he lose his mojo? You know they play tomorrow. They lose to them trash ass Giants. And if there's any Giants fans listening right now, yes, I said it.
First half, 10-3 Minnesota on top. Cooper Rush, 10 out of 17. The one mistake, the interception, you saw that. Thielen with 20 touchdown receptions since the beginning of last year. Well, his sixth of the season tonight. And of course, with no Prescott, no surprise right there in terms of the Cowboy offense, which came into the game tonight leading the league in scoring and in total offense, even though Dallas has a big time of possession advantage. But for the most part, it's good defense. 10-3.
Defense.
Our halftime score, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Befoya, Week 8 on Sunday Night Football. Dallas to get the ball. Greg Joseph sending it down toward Tony Pollard. The Cowboys will take over the 25-yard line, and we go down to Michelle.
Well, Mike McCarthy was fairly satisfied with Cooper Rush in the first half, saying there was that one mistake that you mentioned, the interception. But he wants to see his team play with more tempo. Left tackle Tyron Smith, questionable with a left ankle injury. That left ankle heavily spatted. As for Mike Zimmer, he will be without Danielle Hunter, now out with a shoulder injury. He's disappointed in his run game. He said they're going to stick with it. He believes some big ones are going to break now.
All right, Michelle, and Secchi, number 79, takes Smith's spot at left tackle on the 25-yard line. Elliott going to pick this up along the way. Calf injury 2 weeks ago sustained by Dak Prescott. Worked out tonight. Looked like he was going to play, but they opted to look at the longer term, unless we see Cooper Rush making his first career start.
Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings, 37% blitz rate in that first half. That was their highest since week 1 of the season. And now with Insecki in there at left tackle, I think you're only going to see more.
Elliott's carried 11 times for 39 yards. Fake to him, passes low at the feet of Schultz. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Let's take a look at Everson Griffin here in the first half when he was working against Tyron Smith. Not so much. When Ty Insecki came in the game, things started to brighten a little bit for Everson Griffin. So that is going to be something. I think you'll see tight ends that side. You'll see chipping that side. They have to keep Cooper Rush clean.
And Griffin pulling every move he has. 3rd and 8. Fired over the middle. Caught on the run by Cedric Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Touchdown, baby.
All the way to the end zone. Cedric Wilson. We talked about
That's what we needed.
Cooper Rush knows him as well as anybody. We see have played so much on the scout team in practice.
They're just going to try and do a typical cover 2 defense. The safety split, and then it's supposed to be Mackenzie Alexander running down the field with that middle read seam throw, and it just broke wide open. The 2 safeties were extremely wide, so it had to be Alexander who was in charge of following him down the field. But boy, what a wake-up for Cooper Rush. That was big.
73 yards on a 3rd and 8. Zerline
Good job.
ties the game at 10.
I like who you're doing.
53 seconds into the 3rd quarter. On the last night of October in Minneapolis.
That was a good stride, too. All you got to do is just keep running. All you had to do was just keep on running.
Yeah, was back home.
They started him in the slot here in Minnesota and then just gave him a chance, and that was that. He just took off from there.
Took a long time to get to the bench. KJ Osborne, 17, comes in his stead. And on first down, this is Cook for a gain of 20 out to the 50-yard line. His biggest gain of the night.
Every once in a while, the center here, Garrett Bradbury, takes some heat because he doesn't stand up. The big, huge nose tackle is right on him. But that's the reason he was drafted. The quickness on the outside. And then Christian Darrisaw and what he's been able to do in this game. Just keep pounding up there, big guys. You got a heck of a back behind you.
Up again. Flag comes in from behind. At the 43-yard line is where he gets stopped, but everybody's moving back, which means offense. So Luke Stocker, the tight end.
And he kind of went diving for the legs at the end, but I think he also wrapped his arms around the leg. And that's what's killer. Everybody wants to stay with the running game. Defenses are allowing it. Ezekiel Elliott, he loves it, and they let you do that. So we see so many defenses now, Al, with all that shell coverage, basically daring you to run the ball. But those holding calls and penalties just, they destroy drives. Now you have to throw it.
First down at 20. Back at the 39-yard line to the outside. Trying to get some blocking. Picks up a few. It's Cook tackled by Parsons. And it'll be second down and long. Early in the third quarter, 10-10 at US Bank Stadium.
Well, you don't see many linebackers that can run around the backside of a quick screen and catch somebody that can run like Dalvin Cook. Michael Parsons is something.
Second and 16. Running back now is Madison. Keep the fullback came in there. Play fake. This is Conklin making the grab. And Conklin all the way to the 45 of the Cowboys. Nice game there. It was second down and 16, and that makes it 3rd and 4 after a gain of 12.
Tyler Conklin has just been so active. 37 catches for him in his last 10 games after just 17 in his first 43. And there's great young player Justin Jefferson. Looking to get him back. Well, that really makes this offense different when he's not out there. KJ Osborne, a good player though, number 17 in the game now.
That's 3 receivers to the left side. Cousins under pressure, and there he goes. They finally get to him. Yes, sir. Sack of the season at a most opportune time. Pushes it back into their own territory at a 4th down and 12 now.
Yeah, and watch Gregory sort of use Darrisaw's hands against him, into him, out, and around. And you've got Darrisaw just leaning too far forward, and I'll tell you, Kirk Cousins was lucky to hang on to that football.
C.B. Lamb is back to accept this kick. Jordan Berry's kick bounces at the 15. And bounces sideways. Down to the 16-yard line with 11:10 to go in the third in a 10-10 tie.
In 2016, I was working at the Amazon warehouse when my brother passed away, and a couple years later, my mother passed away. After taking care of them, I knew that I really wanted to become a nurse. Amazon helped me with training and tuition. Today, I'm a medical assistant, and I'm studying to become a registered nurse. Hindi ko kayo makakalimutan.
It's a gas card. You'll always use gas.
Always.
You have a...
Thank you.
You need gas?
Nope.
No, no.
Still no.
Hey, remember Daddy's birthday's tomorrow.
A gas card. I can use this.
Evolve your journey beyond the pump in the first ever Tucson plug-in hybrid EV. With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream.
At Progressive, we love your pets as much as you do. Like this guy in a hat. That's why Progressive Car Insurance covers your pets for up to $1,000 if they're ever in a car accident with you. This mini majorette's gonna march your way right.
I'm sorry, can we stop? I know that we're selling car insurance here, but, all the cute little animals, it's too much.
Define too much.
What's wrong with cute animals?
So are we doing this or what?
Nah, it's over.
Well, someone's gotta break the news to Mittens. She's a diva.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Simply Safe, professionally monitored 24/7 for superior home security. By Lowe's, we put the home in Home Team. By Hyundai Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. And by Capital One, what's in your wallet? Well, on Saturday, the SMB Wolfpack beat the Middle St. Margaret's 10-3 to advance to the Section 5 Flooring Championship game Friday. Sanjay Red, number 5, had 29 carries for 147 yards. And the game's one touchdown. Go Wolfpack.
Michelle, you might have a vested interest.
What do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean. Your bouncing baby boy plays for them.
He does. Very important role.
On the 16-yard line, Dallas now begins this drive. Speaking of my man right there, he is Tyler Vandersloot, Michelle's son, the long snapper. You can make a lot of money and have a long career doing that. Perfect. What's better than that? You get to drive home, right?
I love the end zone celebration there. Again, did you teach him that?
I have nothing to do with it. I have nothing to do with his skills. I'm just happy he's having fun.
You and Mark, so proud. That's great. Second down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Rush. Hanging in there. Protection holds up. And pass is incomplete. Coverage is good. Harrison Smith on Cooper that time. Only third down and 8.
Al, this is such a huge game, though. Don't you get the feeling for the Minnesota Vikings, if they're playing at home and can't beat the Dallas Cowboys with a backup quarterback, that's a bit of a train wreck. For the Dallas Cowboys, if they could come in here and steal one with Cooper Rush in a tough environment, who knows where this team would be going this year.
Yeah, man, the Vikings are in a position where you think of the wild card, especially in the division with Green Bay on top. Third down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Spinning away. Look out. And they'll be taken down. They'll spark it outside the 5-yard line. Everson Griffin with the sack creating fourth down and a punt from deep in their own territory.
So you're trying to set up outside as the left tackle, right? Mission accomplished. So now you have the angle to cut him off as your quarterback sprints out here. The problem is that nobody ever told Everson Griffin that he couldn't make a play then. I love watching Everson Griffin play. He's just all heart all the time. He was a Cowboy last year. You know this would mean something extra to him.
Cowboy and a Lion and comes back home. Beautiful punt. Backing up, grabbing it, Osborne at the 38-yard line. And out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A boot that time of 54 yards.
I am. You don't need to call and listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What?
Kevin, you can use your phone.
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Not Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What? This is how I know you're getting old. That's what I'm saying. What?
Sheldon, we're definitely not making flavors of no-shells pistachios.
Then why are you dressed like that?
You got us. We are making honey and chili flavors. Are we? Yeah. Wait, then why are you dressed like that?
My wife likes it.
Spicy.
4-alarm fire in the boudoir.
This is called momentum. And there's no off season. It's work that builds on itself. Over and over and over again. No perfect scenario, no perfect conditions, just a continuous journey of improvement. Through training, through competing, through recovery. Because the only way is through.
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try it today, only at Wendy's.
Here's a little question for you. Why are there interstate highways in Hawaii?
I always wondered, why does quicksand work so slowly?
They should call it then slow sand.
Shouldn't the word ambiguous have more than one meaning?
What if we made the first thing you want other drivers to notice unnoticeable until they turn on?
Question everything. We did. It's your journey in the all-new Hyundai Tucson. Our best Tucson ever.
Here we go. The final knockout. The final steal. The biggest surprises Ed Sheeran's final reveal.
Relationship originating with a secret love.
It's Monday, Tuesday on NBC.
Next weekend, 4 drivers will race for the championship, the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race from Phoenix next Sunday, 3 Eastern time on NBC and on Peacock. There they are. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Truex in action for the championship. Meanwhile, after that punt, Minnesota from the 45. Cousins fires, caught, first down, and more. As Justin Jefferson, good to see him back in the game after he came out. Very gingerly picks up the first down on a gain of 18.
I just think he's a clever route runner. I really do. Watch him force hard inside and then come right back into Brown here and basically back him off and then come back and make the catch. So that sort of creative nature of his route running has really put him over the top.
To the ground on the right side goes Dalvin Cook. Tackled by Parsons. It's gain of 3. He's carried 11 times since Cook for 49 yards tonight.
Yeah, they were really worried about the Dallas Cowboys defense, about the edge. And so they felt like that if they could keep their running backs inside, they would have a really good shot. So they would play Micah Parsons on the edge a lot more. But so far tonight, not as much as I thought.
Takes the toss. Pass going out here near sideline. Chris Herndon got a touchdown 2 weeks ago in that Carolina game. First down. There's Cook in each of the last 2 games against the Cowboys. One down there on a Sunday night in 19. And back here last year. See the scrimmage yards, and tonight 49 rushing yards. Nothing, though, catching the ball.
3 safeties in the game now for the Dallas Cowboys. They play a lot of different guys back there.
Right side, look out. Nothing this time. Big number 91 is right there. That's Carlos Watkins. Spent his first 4 seasons in Houston with the Texans, now here.
Yeah, watch Carlos Watkins here. His own little spin move. You don't see many nose tackles that he can add one of these to the back end of the play, but forced it back inside, then spun off and made the tackle.
Halfway mark of the third quarter. You're tied at 10, second down and 12. Cousins floats one and incomplete. The pressure put on that time intended for Jefferson, covered by Brown. 3rd and 12 for the Vikings.
Yeah, and you're seeing the Cowboys now going a little bit more to that 5-man line, sort of that bare front looking where they condense down the 3 tackles and nose tackle all inside. And all they're trying to do really is just isolate those 2 edge pass rushers to give them some one-on-ones on the outside tackles.
Madison comes into the game Flanking Cousins on 3rd and 12. Cousins to the outside. That'll be caught. And that'll set up a field goal as Conklin makes the grab. Forward progress gets him to the 23, setting up about a 41-yard field goal attempt to try to break the tie by Greg Joseph.
Yeah, and Dan Quinn just said thank you. We're going to take that 5-yarder all day.
Second attempt for Joseph. He was good from 45. Jordan Berry for the hold. And that gives the Vikings the lead again. 6.5 left in the third. 13-10, Minnesota.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref's going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to say,
Are you kidding me?
It's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
switch to Geico for more ways to save.
In 5 days.
The Avengers, Thor, Spider-Man,
But we have Dina.
The Marvel Cinematic Event arrives. Eternals assemble.
Marvel Studios Eternals, rated PG-13 this Friday.
Have a good time, baby. I'll see you when you get back.
Thanks, Boo. Okay, outfit. Okay, Monday. Hey, I can't believe you brought a chair. You don't know. This is so nice. Thank you, upgrade. What time is the real mix up? Girl, when we get there, okay, and we're doing gas, right? This is a plug-in hybrid. We're good on everything.
Involve your journey with all new Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid EV.
New brisket at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guac. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
See what's become of me.
All right, Saturday morning, two clubs vying to get back on top of the Premier League table. Manchester City against Manchester United in the Manchester Derby. Saturday, 8:30 Eastern on NBC-SN. US Bank Stadium on this Halloween night. 13-10 Vikings on top. Vikings trying to go to 4-3. Dallas trying to extend a winning streak since the opening night loss to Tampa to 6 games. And Pollard from a yard in is going to run it back. Dances his way out to the 21-yard line. Chris.
All right, let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS. And I say, why not CD? CD Lamb has been getting open. He has 45 yards worth of catches. But this guy has contested catches on only 6% of those routes run. What does that mean? That means he's open a lot. And when you have a young quarterback in there like Cooper Rush, or at least an experienced quarterback, it's nice to throw to open guys. And on this team, CD Lamb has that guy.
Starting the ground here. And about a 4-yard gain for Elliott before he gets bunched up at the 24-yard line. Lance caught 3 tonight. Cooper's caught 3 tonight.
That was defense holding the game down.
The 73 yards.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
there is the family. Lauren is his wife. Matt and Francis, mom and dad, they come to a lot of the games, but for the most part, all they've been able to do through the years is watch Cooper on the sideline. Not tonight.
Yeah, man.
2nd and 6.
We're trying to get him up out there.
It's a first down, and that is Amari Cooper. Over the sticks on the pass from Rush.
Yeah, Cameron Dantzler out there, who is
man's
probably
watching
going to
over
get
there.
picked on a little bit here the rest of the way, filling in for Patrick Peterson. He's a really talented player. They really feel like that he's got all the package. They just think that sometimes he can get a little undisciplined, a little unfocused.
Please like, subscribe to our
much
channel.
better the last
We
few
do
weeks.
this all the
Not
time.
that we ever had a bad practice for anybody.
We had a bad week of practice.
Horrible week of practice.
Next time we hear it'll be the first. The 34-yard line. Rush. Buys time. Goes deep.
Right.
Nobody home there. Out that time by Anthony Barr, sending Rush to the ground. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you come out on that little semi-bootleg, and I tell you, Anthony Barr is one of those guys that when he reads something, he gets there fast. I mean, you see him all the time. You watch his highlight tape. So many of his big plays come on some of those bootleg kind of plays where he just shoots the gap, and he is all over quarterbacks.
Since Zimmer took over, he was his first draft choice back in 14 at UCLA, Anthony Barr. 2nd and 10, the play clock at 3, 2, and he's got to call a timeout, which you don't want to have to do in a close game in the second half, but that play clock was going to 0. The Cowboys with Dak over the past 2 years, 7-4 the record, 7.8 yards per play, and a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Of course, he went out last year in the Giants game in the middle of October. All of their QBs during that period of time ended all but 4 and 7 with 5.2 yards to play. So obviously, he's not only gigantic in terms of what he means to Dallas, but as we said before, he's right in the middle of the MVP conversation.
Yeah, let's put that simply. Yards per play.
So we got an update on the World Series. 7-5 Houston.
They were 32nd or last.
And this is top of the 5th.
Tonight they're averaging 5.7 yards per play. 2nd down and 10 after the timeout. Here's Elliott swinging to the outside. Not much. Setting up 3rd and long. Barr is there on the tackle as the clock runs down to 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Just something about Barr when he's playing in the game, and you'll see him all the way across. He just sees things, and I think that in that particular case, he was able to read Tyler Biotish as he was going to pull maybe by his stance or whatever, because he got some jump on that.
Cowboys with no huddle trying to catch Minnesota, not changing the defense, but now they have to wait till everybody is set and the pass goes to the outside. And nothing doing there for Cedric Wilson. They stop him. Yeah, Harrison Smith on a safety blitz that time coming in, putting the heat on Rush, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and they basically forced that hot that time with what they did against that protection, because once the center turned away to the opposite side of the blitz from Harrison Smith, Cooper Rush knew he had to get rid of it. There was no way he could do anything to check it down. Punt team on.
Ryan Anger, 2 good punts tonight. One was 54, the other was 50. This is shorter Booth that will bounce at the 24-yard line and take a Viking hop and get down to about the 26. 3:50 to go in the 3rd, and the Vikings up by 3 at home.
It's a close game, like all the games been all day. If Dallas pulls this out, I'll be shocked. Because they shouldn't win this game with this backup. They should tell you something about the other team, though.
Going. Can he get one tonight? Thrown that 4 times, 3 receptions against him, and a touchdown. From the 26-yard line, this drive starts. Cook going to the outside, a little stiff arm there, stays in bounds, and then gets gang tackled. Gain of 8. Diggs' season so far, those picks in 6 games. Week 1, Week 2 against the Chargers, against the Eagles Week 3, Panthers Week 4. 2 in that game, the Giants and the Patriots with that pick 6 last week. Second player since 70, Rod Woodson, the other, with 7 picks in the first 6 games.
But also on the list of 6, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
How about that?
People forget. Great player. His day, of course, you think of was the Cowboys coach for the first 29 years. His Cousins throws into traffic. Passes made, but Parsons is right there saying, "You ain't going anywhere." Loss of 4 yards, making it 3rd and 6.
Parsons is like one of those pinball guys, you know. You're going to knock off the tight end first, then he's going to get back underneath. And the queen was flying around out there. He was been making plays on the outside, on the inside, rushing the quarterback.
What a checkmate there.
Yeah, and I really, when you watch the tape on him, I think he's just figuring all the stuff out. I don't even think he's that sophisticated with it yet.
Should be amazing to start 3rd and 6. Cousins tossed it underneath, and that was almost picked by Parsons. Off the hands of Dalvin and Cook. So they picked up 8 yards on 1st down, then lose 4, then throw an incomplete pass, and they have to punt.
I'd say it's a good thing Dalvin Cook got a finger on this one, or that might have been a pick 6. There for Micah Parsons.
Barry for the 4th punt of the night, C.D. Lamb, hoping to get a chance at a run back.
Trying to get the ball in his hands any way they can. He is really something special in space.
Big angle toward the sideline there. Fielded at the 31, so it's a 39-yard boot, and then loses a little on the return with 2:11 to go in 3rd. We go to Rochelle.
Well, Al, Chris, lest we forget, these players were once kids who loved Halloween. Many of them, like Dalvin Cook, K.J. Osborne, and Adam Thielen, went trick-or-treating dressed as the football players they hoped to become. Thielen was Randy Moss. And in a bit of foreshadowing, Cooper Rush once dressed as a cowboy, though not the Dallas Cowboy sort. And some still have fun with the holiday over the bye week. Keanu Neal and his family attended a Halloween party as the Incredibles. Such a fun holiday.
You know, partner, we needed to get dressed up tonight.
Yes.
No, I'm going to dress up as like a steak.
with Jim Nance and Tony Romo.
We could have done that.
Right. Me
Or
too,
Joe
man.
Troy from the 28-yard line on first down. Rush going, and that is incomplete, intended for Cedric Wilson. But a flag comes in. Mackenzie
Yeah, buddy.
Alexander, who was beaten on the Wilson touchdown earlier, will get flagged here.
Pass interference. Defense is at 24. Ball big places starting foul.
He was going for the ball, but I think he sort of went along for the ride before he got there. So if he puts that right hand in there and knocks it away, no problem. How much did he do with the left hand? I think is where the issue was. He get hooked around the waist and just a little too much action.
42-yard line. They said 4 receivers this time.
Look out.
To the left side. Wilson is looking to throw. Keeps his eyes downfield. Throws caught. Hits Lamb all the way to the 23-yard line. So it took forever for the play to develop, but Lamb kept going downfield, cuts to the outside, and Wilson finds him.
Lamb,
at 35.
excuse me, Lamb just stuck with this thing. He went to the ground almost, was waving his hand down the field saying, I got him. But there aren't many guys that can make a throw like that, especially as a wide receiver on the run. He saw him, picked him up, and just drilled it perfectly. What a night tonight for Cedric Wilson.
His dad played in the NFL, same name with San Francisco and Pittsburgh at the beginning of the century. Here goes Pollard, who gets slung down by Woods. Short game.
Cedric Wilson last year was 2 for 2 passing as well with 1 touchdown. So he is well versed, and we talked about him. I thought the play that he made on 4th down against the Patriots in their last game a couple of weeks ago may have in many ways sort of saved the season, because that game and the comeback and the touchdown by CeeDee Lamb, none of that happens if Wilson doesn't make that catch, and they're having a little fun over there.
Final minute of the third period. 2nd down and 9. Vikings show blitz. Come. The pass is caught on the outside for a minimal gain by Pollard, setting up 3rd down. 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it's really interesting. When they get in that double-A blitz, Cooper Rush has to understand what's going on, and they did blitz that time up the middle, which meant the end guy in the line of scrimmage was free, which meant he had to get rid of that sucker, and he did. So he's making the reads now, and he's getting more comfortable as the game goes along.
Elliott flanks him on a 3rd and 8. In the waiting seconds of the third. He goes to the outside, and that is no, not caught. Amari Cooper.
I think he would have had it, but for that little bobble.
At the end, Cooper staying in bounds.
Let's take a look. We call that a double catch. Yeah.
Not that he confused with the double doink, correct?
No.
No, I didn't have 2 feet in to begin with. So it's 4th down, and now what would be a game-tying 39-yard field goal attempt by Zerline. Made one from 38, missed one from 43. Brian Anger is the holder. Snap good, hold good, so is the kick. So 4 seconds to the end of the third. And a 13-13
Everybody that's
tie
watching, thank you for watching.
in Minneapolis.
Like,
Take a look
subscribe.
at the NFC division leaders.
Share
The Packers
this.
with that big comeback win the other night, or a surprising win, I should say, over the Cardinals. That was their first loss. Cowboys come in 5-1, and the Buccaneers lose today, but they're 6-2 and on top. The non-division leaders right now, 500 and better. Rams 7-1. We get them next week on Sunday night at home against Tennessee. Saints 5-2. Win today, big one. Vikings 3-3, so hanging right in there with the Panthers. So, you know what's funny this year? We can say we're at the halfway mark, but we're not quite there. A 17-game season, and of course, last year we went to the extra team in the playoffs. It'll make things very interesting down the stretch.
Yeah, and you do feel teams doing some of the things like the Cowboys did tonight, which is, it is a long year. We do have a lead, and Dak Prescott is so valuable to us. Let's make sure he's right for the stretch run.
Well, we should point out again for people who joined us late that Prescott looked good warming up. It was going to be, we understood, a game time decision. He looked like he was going to play. Then they decided to shut him down. And, of course, they're thinking more longer term than today. And here he was warming up. He looked exactly the way he did on opening night in Tampa.
Yeah,
looked up a big sweat. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, the part that didn't make any sense to me was if he looked like that and didn't get to play, then what was the point of having him work out like that? Because he could have easily re-injured the thing doing that.
A fine question.
Thank you very much.
A trade surplus to matter speaking. 3-yard loss there at the end of the quarter. And makes the catch. Parsons makes the tackle. We go to the fourth. Time at 13. It's Sunday Night Football. Back after these messages.
All right, last quarter. See what these boys gonna do. Yeah. What y'all think, yo? You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think? I heard you snoring. Thanks for watching our live. It's on a commercial break. Fourth quarter tie ball game.
That spot starts the fourth, second, and 12. Thielen on the outside. And take him down. Lewis and Diggs. And there third down and 8.
He needed a Diggs play.
Well, you think of how many games there are every week in the National Football League just like this, and your team wins and a close one. You think the Minnesota Vikings, every game they play seems like it comes down to the last couple of plays of the game.
Vikings, that's a problem. No matter how many yards there are to go. They're 1 out of 9. Cowboys are 5 out of 11 on third. Rolling. Oh, and another stop. Osborne taken down by Jordan Lewis. And the crowd begins to get a little impatient. 4th and 3.
I'll tell you, this Cowboys defense, they just keep showing up. That was a shot. You see the head snap back there on Osborne when that hit was made. Don't typically think of Jordan Lewis as being that huge hitter, although he did have 6 sacks over the last couple of years, so maybe bigger than I thought.
Jordan Berry. Flag thrown. Fair catch call for made at the 17-yard line, but a flag is down to the Dallas 40, and it's going to go against Dallas.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 29. 10-yard penalty. First down.
You might say.
Yeah, lucky he didn't get two.
Right. And a host of Olympians honored here tonight, including the defending gold medalist women's ice hockey team. This past Wednesday marked 100 days until the opening ceremony for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics.
Out of that transition, we're going to be making Super Bowl week,
Winter Olympics.
Be awesome.
Women's hockey team, of course, we're in hockey country. So many Olympians, men and women, come out of the Gopher state. From the 9-yard line, Dallas begins this drive. Off play action. Rush fires. And then he's caught up with the 22. I tell you, this guy, 4 years in the league, this doesn't look like his first start, does it?
It doesn't. He made the one mistake early in the game, but for the most part, he's been working well off his own goal line a couple of different times. And you're going to see the cushion one more time here. This is the reason I say CeeDee Lamb can't get the ball enough. If the Vikings want to move up and play the run, and why wouldn't they? The Cowboys are a really good running team. You have to be willing to take these in front of these cornerbacks.
From the 22. Get it off at 1. To the outside, right there again. Cooper gets serenaded by the visiting Dallas fans. Game of 14. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks making their first start. They look like scaredy cats.
No doubt. And he's feeling it right now. But he's also taking advantage of what the Vikings are doing defensively, which is trying to load the box up and force them out of the run game. They basically just dares him to go out and make those two throws that he just made.
Number 37. Big to Elliott. Pass a little high off Elliott's hands. You know, I don't use scaredy cat on Halloween night. You do that.
I was wondering how many times you've ever said scaredy cat in your life. But I didn't say it. I didn't give you up, man. You're my partner.
I know. I appreciate that. Got my back.
You're going to talk about, oof, he's got a footy tat.
I thought I saw footy cat. Second and 10. Halloween night in Minneapolis. Game tied at 13 early in the fourth. That's fired. First down. Play right there to Noah Brown, but there is a flag down in the offensive backfield, and then already the signal has the players moving back once they began. And that's Ryan Secchi taking the place of Tyron Smith, who's still on the bench.
Yeah, Emerson Griffin was pointing at the flag immediately. He knew what happened here. Watch the right arm here of Inseki around the neck. And Griffin said, come on, go to the flag.
So the Cowboys 7 flags tonight, accepted for 53 yards.
Now you're back to seeing the two deep safeties. It gets harder to throw.
That's tipped and caught, and then lateral, which was caught. It was caught by the Odyssey center, who then said, I got to get rid of this thing before anybody sees it. And Dalton Schultz wound up with it.
Ruling on the field is that the ball is tipped by the defense, which makes everybody eligible. So when the lineman touches it, there is no foul for him to touch it.
All right, you put the flag. It was funny to watch Biatch say, "Oh, I gotta get rid of this thing."
It's amazing he caught it, first of all, and then figured out how to juggle it over there and actually give the Cowboys a chance now. So, Giannis with one of the plays of the night if they end up converting this.
Right. Once it's tipped, everybody becomes eligible. Rush steps up in the pocket, fires, caught at midfield, land to the 46. I'll tell you what, third down tonight is the difference in this game. 6 out of 12. There's the family, mom and dad, and his wife. 50% on third down, and Minnesota 1 out of 10.
And this drive has been exactly what we were talking about. Just allow those wide receivers in the one-on-ones with the corners backing off to come up and make those plays because they do not want to get beat deep.
250 passing yards for Rush tonight. And a couple of yards here for Elliott, putting him at 49 yards on 15 touches.
Minnesota is such a good third down defense, but tonight it has been Cooper Rush hitting on 50% of those third downs and just keeping these drives alive.
See, you think Prescott will get his job back?
You look at him, he looks nervous.
Just kidding.
He said that watching Cooper Rush on practice on Thursday, said, "You're making it too easy on the bench me."
Second down and 8. Look out. Ball is out. And the Vikings trying to recover and do. Xavier Woods menacing his old team again. Has a pick, has a forced fumble, and Anthony Barr comes away with it. Coming off the right side offensively. And down he goes. Minnesota has the ball.
It's a nice truck.
Yeah, Chevy Silverado. Check out this multi-flex tailgate.
Multi-flex, huh?
Come step.
Yeah, man, we don't try to get the commercials and stuff like that out. We don't want no infringement. Gotta make sure. Sometimes it gets a little bit of it just because we try to react before it does. But for the most part, if you're just tuning in, please like, subscribe, share the content. We cannot play the commercials. We can only play the live feed, audio.
Back to Dallas, but you're going to see 1, 2, 3, and that means Pollard has to come over and pick up number 4, and he simply does not. He gets trapped a little bit inside, doesn't see him, and there you go. Ball's out, game changed. Rush working the left side, just never saw it coming because he thought he had it picked up.
On the 48 now, after the Woods forced fumble, an earlier pick. Cousins gets chased and just throws it away, and the flag is down. That time it was George Armstrong who just came off the injured report. And the question, I think, maybe was he inside the pocket? Terry McCauley indicating. Terry, what do you think?
It's intentional grounding. He never got outside the pocket, Al, and there is nobody over there.
So Cousins, this requires a 5-man consultation. There might be another penalty as well here.
You know, the interesting thing is because of the nature of that play, he started to his left and then went back right, but basically stayed in the pocket.
Two flags. Yeah, there you go.
Correction, both fouls are against the offense. Over. Offense, 474. Against the front. Intentional grounding. Offense, number 8. 10-yard penalty and loss of down.
Yeah, that's why you take that. Obviously, the loss of down goes with it. Here it is. There's the what they call the tackle box.
Because he does that, he starts left. I'm sure Cousins felt like he got out because he was moving so far that way. He simply did not. Now it is second and long time.
20, second and 20 at the 35-yard line. They're going to make it second and 23 now as they spot the ball at the 35-yard line. Cousins under pressure, juggled, incomplete. Justin Jefferson did a good job on him tonight. KC is right there, flag is down. And the Vikings are already moving back. Flag is in the offensive backfield. Oli Udo, the third-year man out of Elon. Here he is.
Now you're going to see all the action fall at the feet of Kirk Cousins, and for a quarterback, that is just so uncomfortable. This is almost one now that you go, okay, let's make sure we don't turn this over, get our punter out here.
They take the down, decline the penalty, so it makes it 3rd and 23. So it would be 2nd and 33. And the 40-yard line goes Madison. The crowd doesn't like that call. But then again, I mean, how many plays do you have in that book for 23 yards?
None. That's when the offensive coordinator looks around here. Does anybody have any ideas?
6 laterals.
Mm-hmm. So they make up for the sack fumble. The Dallas Cowboys do defensively and get them off the field.
This time Cedric Wilson is the return man. He comes up, calls for the fair catch, but
pick it up.
Well, it's touched by the Vikings at that point.
Correct.
And Dallas will get the ball about that spot there near the 28-yard line. 9 minutes left in regulation.
Tony B here to warn you about this dangerously tasty new beefy black and blue with a 1-2 punch of blue cheese and horseradish aioli. You punch me, Jimmy Jones, I punch back behind the blow.
It's bumper out here.
Come on, don't eat the black and blue.
It's stuck as a blue cheese. Me too.
The new beefy black and blue for a limited time at Jimmy John's.
Oh, you're doing it wrong, man. What's wrong with action figures?
Nothing except buying them without Capital One Shopping.
What's that, Samuel, Mr. L. Jackson?
Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies. Just download it to your computer.
Whoa, you're my hero.
Yeah, I can tell.
You like it?
I look good in miniature. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet? I don't say it like that, Devin.
One evening,
Let's go, Walker.
sun went down.
After you.
The fire was burning. Boys, I'm not turning. I'm headed for a land far away.
It's a multiplex tailgate. It can be a step, and it can become a workspace. What's so great about it? They never workspace.
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new adventures. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Sorry about that. Oh.
On the edge, make him make a one-on-one tackle, and he did it beautifully there.
Blitz coming. Deep down the left sideline and incomplete. The coverage is there. You got Dancer shadowing Cooper all the way. 3rd down and 9. Can they convert another 3rd down? This one a longer one. 50% they are, 6 of 12. Minnesota, meanwhile, they converted 1 3rd down on their first drive and none since. Over the last 10.
Vikings also have 2 turnovers and the Cowboys none. Cowboys have been making their living off of turnovers this year, and so far tonight, nada.
Rush throws, drop, land, maybe starting to look upfield. Needed about 2 more yards and he made the catch to pick up the first, but can't. Looking away, 4th and 9.
Ouch. I don't know if he saw Eric Kendricks or not, but that was a big one right there. It's been a bit of an issue, but the way he makes moves after the catch.
So that took 48 seconds on that 3 and out. Ryan Angers punt. Fair catch called for, made with a 26-yard line by Osborne with 8:08 left. 5 of the 6 games photo finishes this year. 27-24, the Bengals won in overtime on opening day against Minnie. 34-33, Joseph missed a 37-yard field goal in Arizona. Cousins incomplete to Thielen in the end zone at the end of the Cleveland game. Joseph hit a 54-yarder to beat Detroit. And then they went to overtime 2 weeks ago before the bye in Carolina. Cousins. For a lot of years, of course, his group helping to construct this stadium. And down went the old Metrodome. And his team right now at 13-13 the walk-up with the Dallas Cowboys. Gain of 8 here. 2nd down and 2. Michelle.
But when it comes to these close games, KJ Osborne told me we need to do a better job closing. We need to keep laser focused, and we need fewer penalties. And Dalvin Cook gave me some good words too. They'll have to wait.
All right. We will wait with bated breath right now as Cousins is this time out of the pocket. We shall finish up.
Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. There's a flag down. And you've got Basham was there. The flag thrown at the end of the play. Scott Novak telling us. That's a killer.
What?
Oh, come on.
Like that's just.
No.
It's not like that's not.
Terry, yeah, we're all in agreement on that one. Yeah, and so is Randy Gregory. Yeah.
That's wild.
And that gives Minnesota the ball at the 49-yard line. And up they come with half the quarter gone. Cousins hanging in, throws, caught, and makes the catch. Taken out of bounds by Parsons. Michelle, we've been waiting. You got to finish that up.
Well, Dalvin Cook said, we've had periods coming out of halftime with not enough energy. We've been harping on that. We haven't played a complete game yet, and I'm wondering what it would look like if we did. I think it would be scary. I don't think scary is the word to use for the way it looked tonight.
Well,
Unless
if you watch, I think we're heading for another one of those fantastic dramatic finishes that the Vikings seem to play every week, second down and 1. Tie game over, little over 7 to play. And this time it is Cook. Good, tough running to the 34-yard line. Man, you run like that in the fourth quarter, that is something. That's his 14th carry of the night.
You know what's interesting, Al, is that Kirk Cousins' 13 touchdown passes coming into this game. None of those in the fourth quarter, though. They did have, obviously, the one in overtime, the winner against Carolina, but so this is sort of that moment that Cousins is sort of, people have questions. But he has been much, much better this season in the clutch in the fourth quarter.
Can he do it tonight? Cook. Again, moving that pile to the 27-yard line. Too good, and a flag down at the end on that play. What initially is a 7-yard gain. And the Vikings are backing up. Now they're stationary. We got another conference here.
Yeah.
Chief Justice Roberts will determine the outcome.
Take a look.
Well, he's trying to help push him forward. Then he's pulling him back. And penalties have been killers on this drive. Obviously, field goal range is looking for the 7 points right now. 9 penalties, 82 yards. Madison is the back. He has it. Gets to about the 12-yard line. Justin Hamilton making the tackle there to be second down and 9.
Yeah, here's Justin Hamilton working against Garrett Bradbury on the inside, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Sometimes with Bradbury, he can struggle with those bigger, stronger guys on the nose, and the Cowboys knew that and wanted to force him into those plays.
5.5 left in the fourth. Second down and 9. Cook gets stopped at about the 7-yard line. And again, we've got action from the officials. Gregory is there for the tackle.
Or something.
Or more. And McCarthy comes over to have a word with him right there.
After the runner's progress was a good stop, personal foul, unnecessary ruckus on the defense on the line of court. After distance to the goal.
All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, his forward progress was definitely stopped, which means there had to be a whistle to make that play illegal, and hearing a whistle in this mess would not be easy.
Yeah, good luck. So 1st and goal at the 4. Terry McCauley is rubbing his eyes, if you're wondering. From the 4. Look out in the backfield, but Cook is able to escape. Not for long, though. Got away from Gregory and then gets spun down for a loss. 2nd down and goal, ball back at the 8. Under 5 to play.
I think they've got Gregory fired up here. Watch him shoot the gap here on the inside. Goes right through Conklin and basically destroys that play before it got started.
Vikings 2nd and goal. They got into the end zone less than 4 minutes into the game and haven't gotten there since. Madison is the back. Move the tight ends on the right side. 2nd and goal. Fake toss. Catch is made out of the flat. They had to turn around and make the grab. Madison and Curse takes him down right there. So back they go to the 11-yard line now. 3rd and goal.
Hey, there was some action at the end of that play, too. It's getting a little chippy out here. Let's take a look. Was this out of bounds? We're going to give it a bang-bang.
It was Leighton Vander Esch.
He did step out just before, but
could have been, might have been. We already called enough penalties on this drive. 3rd and goal. Cousins. Escaping. Look out from behind. Gets it away. It's caught to the 5-yard line. Thielen makes the grab. Basham, that time, put the heat on. He who was penalized for roughing Cousins earlier in the drive. That is 4th and goal.
how did Cousins hold on to that ball? When I saw Basham coming from behind, Basham went for the jersey. If he had gone for the arm there, I think we would have gotten the ball out. It's one of those where you have to know where you are on the field. When you have the quarterback's blind side like that, you just go ripping down on that ball hand and try and get it out.
24-yard field goal for Greg Joseph to put the Vikings on top, which he does with 2:51. Dallas 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning in a 3-point game in Minneapolis.
To live is to ask the big questions like, whoa, how fast was that serve? 98 miles per hour. Wow. How far was that drive? Nice. Are you taking an ECG here? And you're taking one here. Are you taking an ECG?
Thanks for the 57 people watching. It's commercial break right now. Please like and subscribe. Share. If you comment, we will post you in the comments. This game is getting close. Down to the wire.
It was a 69-yard drive, of course, aided by penalties. You had roughing the passer there on Basham. Then you had Gregory slinging down the center. Then Cook, forward progress stopped Gregory right there. That led to this. And a 3-point lead with 2:51. 33 yards in penalties on that drive.
I did not think the first one at all deserved to be a foul. The second one, Gregory pulling off the pile, I think Terry and I were like, okay. The third one with the forward progress being stopped. In the game of football and this kind of crowd noise, that's
well, they could have called it on Van Direction. They didn't. If Dallas is down by 3, they're going to get the ball at the 25-yard line to start this drive. So what do you think so far about the performance of a guy who's been in the league 4 years making his first start?
Mostly good, mostly impressive. Some bad, and nobody's going to remember any of that based on what he does here in the next 2 minutes and 51 seconds.
Oh, no, no. Mom, dad, wife, all rising to get a better look at their man trying to rally the Cowboys. Starts with a pass. Miami's covered by Dancer like a blanket.
Yeah, but the difference being, Al, is that he had safety help that way. So he didn't have to worry about CeeDee Lamb going deep. So as long as there's 2 deep safeties, he could be aggressive as heck, which he was here because he knew his guy had his back. So you have to pay attention to what the safeties are doing as much as what the corners are doing.
Keeping on 23 has been the big guy tonight. Woods, the ex-Cowboy, with a pick and a forced fumble. He stacked a couple of receivers to the left side. Rush comes this way with a throw, and Cooper juggles, and he's going to make the catch at the 40-yard line. Got Barnum and Bailey over Breland, and then Smith was there. Magical.
Unbelievable. Off of Breland's chest as well. That was as good as Bionish's play earlier. Right there, Breland kind of pops it up in the air, and the Cowboys are off.
33-yard gain to the 42-yard line. Rush is thrown for 283 yards tonight. Closing in on 300. Cooper to the 25. Smith takes him out of bounds. You got the Cowboy fans yelling Cooper, the Viking fans probably booing.
Or Skull or something.
Skull, whatever they're yelling.
Tell you what, Dak loves these situations, but right now his Kai is getting it done. Now, Al, I'll say this. Making plays in the red zone in the National Football League is tough. I never mind in this kind of a situation going for your touchdowns out here. The more condensed you get down inside, the fewer opportunities you get in the passing game.
After the final play before the 2-minute warning. We'll have 2 timeouts on the other side of it. The shoulder shake, and the pass is thrown out of bounds, and that does take us to the 2-minute warning. So already it's field goal range. I mean, what were the odds tonight of Cooper Rush throwing for 301 yards against a very good Viking pass defense?
Well, we all knew that was going to happen.
Of course.
Yeah. So, let's take a look at some of these plays already. First, you get this bit of a miracle there to Cooper. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? Like, how does it actually happen like that in the National Football League? But we see it all the time.
Craziness that. How does this man sleep? He's sitting up.
Cooper's calm and collected, and the family is like, oh, what the heck is going on out here?
And can you imagine, they go to a lot of games, but only watch their son on the sideline.
I mean, this is just one of those lifetime moments, you know? I mean, it really is. If you're Cooper Rush, this is a lifetime moment here for the next 2 minutes.
The numbers, Coach Cousins let him down the field on that first drive with alacrity. It didn't take very long, and then they went. They've been held out of the end zone since with 3 field goals. So the ball to 24, 2 timeouts. Prescott looks on from the sideline. Will he play next week is the question. Home against Denver.
Amari Cooper out of the game right now.
Lamb comes to the right, under the screen. Over the middle. That's caught. And the ball is out. Noah Brown with a flag down. So a penalty right about at that spot. And there's Cooper. He's massaging that hamstring.
I think they're trying to decide, was that a catch and a fumble? What was that exactly?
One more conference here as they go over it. We'll take another look at it.
They will use the hands to the face, and the defense will use face.
Doesn't matter now. It's Harrison Smith, whatever it was going to be called, of no consequence after this.
Take a look at the foul here.
Two people watching. Like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Creators TV. We do these all the time.
10 at the 19-yard.
We will be playing the Monday Night Football game tomorrow night.
Rush fires over the middle. That's caught at the 12-yard line. And that's Noah Brown making that catch. So Noah Brown in there because Cooper is out.
And here comes Mari Cooper back in the game, but Noah Brown made some really big plays on scrambles in that New England game, so they're fine with him in there. And right now, everything's working against the Vikings. They want the ball back because you almost have to assume at least a field goal here.
Sack 3 receivers to the left, a pair to the right, all the way back, flag thrown. And normally when a flag is thrown in that position, it's holding on the offense. Normally. Then again, we'll wait and see. As we always do.
Holding offense, number 52.
Connor Williams.
Little arm wrap around the top right there is what they're going to end up calling. And now the wrist factor goes up, right? So 10 yards backwards and not as easy as Cooper's still working on that leg.
Yep.
And you want this field goal for sure. You don't want to take too many chances with a backup quarterback. You also want to go try to win the game.
Yeah, now you're looking at a 40-yard field goal from this spot. You also want to use the clock if you could.
All the above.
2nd and 13 to the outside of Elliott. And Elliott will be taken down to the 25-yard line. Alexander there. Minnesota takes a timeout before a 3rd down and 16.
There you go, Coach. How much of a chance you taking right now with Cooper Rush?
Well, it's 3rd and 16. I'm not taking that much of a chance.
No,
I think I'm playing for overtime. I mean, your defense is playing really well.
And you definitely want at least a completion or a run, force another timeout to be used, but still a lot of time is going to be on that clock.
Okay, so Cooper working with the gun and now working with the tennis ball to try to get it out on 3rd and 16 and before the snap a flag. $11 penalties on him against Dallas, 5 against Minnesota.
The foul is to delay game on the defense. Requesting we granted the timeout, so we have to penalize that as a 5-yard foul. Okay.
Well, that was interesting in many ways. Terry, explain that in detail.
So a team can't call consecutive timeouts, and officials are supposed to ignore the second one and play on. But they granted it, so that makes it a delayed game foul.
All right, so it's the right call. It's 3rd down and 11 at the 20-yard line. Now you're looking at a 38-yard field goal, but they don't pick up a yard on this play. Over the middle. Elliott, oh, take it for a first down and goal to the 4-yard line.
Eat.
And
Elliott said eat.
Timeouts, and they're going to call one, we assume right here, and they do. He's pointing to Minnesota. Minnesota going to take the timeout here? I guess. Yeah.
Almost have to.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a play by Ezekiel Elliott. Had to split the two defenders, bounces off one tackler. This is a pure field goal. If they make that tackle, do not, and whatever you want to say about Ezekiel Elliott not having such a great year last year, game on the line, what a play by him.
Got away from Barr. Meanwhile, with the timeout taken by Minnesota, they have none. Dallas has 2. First and goal at the 5.
It's one of those bizarre situations. You obviously want to
They need
score
to
a
give
touchdown.
it back to him. Big.
But at the same time, from a defensive standpoint, it's not like you can let them score because you certainly want to hold them to a field goal.
Absolutely. You score over the extra point, you're down by 4. Field goal won't do any good. First and goal. To the end zone.
Woo! Look at that toe tap on that boy. Amari said, toe tapper. Toe tapper. Tap, tap, tappity tap.
75 yards in 8 plays to take the lead.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, go ahead and celebrate. Cameron Dantzler, you knew eventually it was coming to him, and Amari Cooper, hamstring, whatever that machine was, working on him on the sideline. He comes up with a play of the night. He started this drive with that incredible juggling sort of catch and finished it off.
Amari did the toe tappity tap tap.
Minnesota out of range, out of consequence. They need a touchdown. It's 20-16 with 51 seconds and no timeouts.
We've got Cooper here for the go-ahead score.
What did I say in the car on the way over?
You did. You said it would happen. Oh, my goodness. I mean, you just have to admire Cooper Rush. Coming in here, he hasn't played forever. Mom and Dad
like
have
him now.
Games. He's been sitting on the bench. He never gets in year after year after year. And here he is on the game go-ahead drive. And I tell you, Mike McCarthy had confidence in him, and it paid off.
Yeah, buddy, get them boys.
Oh, my
Hey,
wake up tomorrow morning.
Whatever it takes for a win.
No, it's not. He sold for $325.
Man, thanks for watching. Man, smash that like button.
Michigan. 4 years at Central.
Subscribe
That was the
to our
only
YouTube
scholarship
channel.
where we got 1, period.
It's the day of the backup.
Man, and if y'all feeling generous, go and hit that cash app. Culture Creators /Conrad. Appreciate y'all watching, man. This is a good game.
So Cooper Rush, this night, the down part of it, the up part of it, Wilson going for 73 on a touchdown. Barr knocks him down, ball comes out. Couple of turnovers, but he's overcome everything. Cooper to Cooper for the score. 51 seconds. No timeouts, and the Vikings start from the 25-yard line. The outside, and it's stealing, and he catches it. Despite the protestation of Bones Foster along the sideline saying no, makes the grab, stops the clock, spot the ball at the 38.
It does get more complex. You can work the middle of the field. There's enough time to do that. You certainly have to get this ball somewhere inside the 50.
Dallas D, let's get a
There's
stop.
Hail Mary shots, but one completion in the middle of the field is going to eat up a whole bunch of this clock.
Okay. He gets it away, but it's incomplete. That time, Randy Gregory forced that issue. For Rush tonight, Chris, it's the second most yards a Cowboy quarterback was thrown for in his first start. Second to Gary Hogeboom, many moons ago, who went to Central Michigan.
There you go. There you go. It's like a good luck charm. The Jones family has to be going crazy up there. They make the decision to sit back, and they have a shot to win this thing.
Second and 10 at the 38. And flag before the snap.
Full start. Offense. Number 56. Second half.
Garrett Bradbury. So now they're 67 yards away. Second down and 15.
I think this game's going to end with Trayvon Diggs picking off a Hail Mary.
He'd like to.
Yeah, you know.
Cousins to the 40-yard line, trying to get out of bounds and unable to do it is Osborne. He gets tackled in bounds. Great tackle by Lewis to keep the clock rolling. Now Cousins trying to get him set.
And there's a ball in the middle of the field, so they had to stop the clock to get that off.
And Diggs just limped off. Went back to the Cowboy bench. That also enables the Cowboys to get other defenders in. Now that they stopped the clock there. Kelvin Joseph, a rookie out of Kentucky, comes in to replace Diggs.
Yeah, but this is not their A-level pass rush grouping. Little surprised they took Gregory off the field here.
3rd and 9, they're 1 for 12 on third down. What happens here? Dallas has called a timeout.
Second charge. Timeout. Dallas.
I bet you we get Randy Gregory back in the game now.
You would think.
Can't show the
That's
game,
exactly
man.
what they did.
You know,
Sure is. Here they go.
He's coming back in with his pals.
We're not
They have Parsons out too. They bring him back in.
Yeah, I
Thanks
don't
for
think-
watching,
I
though.
don't think
Subscribe to our page.
like that substitution.
Coach Creators TV.
No.
Not a good situation.
And Diggs on top of it. The good pass rush is going out.
On Facebook.
Diggs is out.
Share this. Folks,
So the Cowboys trying to win their 6th in a row.
Like,
Here's what happened to Diggs. Number 7 right there.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's on the bench for the moment. It's 3rd down and 9. Cousins floats one. And
yeah!
He's going to take the clock down under 10.
Hail Mary.
Cousins trying to get him set. 4th down. Final play of the game, barring a defensive foul.
Game over.
Randy Gregory put the pressure on.
Motherfucking Cooper Rush. You do not know
For
this.
those of you so inclined, you know how the line moved in this game from the middle of the week until tonight. Crazy.
Appreciate you, Courtney. Thank you very much. We will be showing the Monday Night Football game tomorrow for the 172 people that are watching. Please
Cooper Square.
like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Coach Creators TV, if you want to watch for tomorrow's game. Thank y'all for watching. All the Cowboy fans, we got a W. To all the Viking fans, sorry.
I tell you, instant legend.
But anyway, thank y'all for watching.
This season,
Powered by Culture
it's a
Creators.
playoff.
Check us out at the Culture Creators
You go back to one of the huge plays here.
on
Say
YouTube,
maybe a
Culture
game-time
Creators
field goal,
on
perhaps
Facebook,
on overtime.
and that's
It's right there.
thecreators.com. That's our website. Check it out. We got a lot of things on there.
Touchdown pass to
Appreciate y'all watching, man.
And
We are about to end this live. The game is over. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
I'm telling you. 20-16. Dallas wins it. Sunday Night Football post-game show coming up next.